your squad to take the online pledge at releasethepressure.org. Brought to you by the Release the Pressure Coalition and the Ad Council.
Air Comfort Service, heating and cooling, weather.
Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Temperatures in the 50s to near 60 this afternoon, almost 20.
All right, we're gonna go there.
Oh, he's late. I just realized what you're doing.
I screamed for you. I said,
So I want you guys to look at something. I want you to notice something that most of the show is wearing, but not all of them.
Actually, most of St. Louis is wearing.
Yeah, actually, most of St. Louis.
The people who got the memo.
we did discuss this yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
As
And
you
we
know,
got an email.
you're not realizing the 3D chess and plans here. As you know, St. Louis is a very
You can't win a game of 3D chess if nobody's playing with you.
this is a very mountainous area.
Playing 3D chess.
I am supporting us
myself.
I'm supporting our landscape.
I think you're getting us confused with Denver
Yeah.
and the Rockies.
I am not confused at all right now. I know exactly what I'm doing.
We know.
It's
That's
wrong.
the whole thing.
Have
Yeah.
you ever seen a beautiful sunset over St. Louis? Oh, you have? Oh, because there's one.
It's the moon.
Hey, anyway, we wanted to let you guys know that we are going to be keeping an eye on the Cardinals game, but just between you and us that are watching the pre-show, we're not going to mention this when we're on air. So you get to watch us.
It's a secret.
Watch the game. Watch us react to the game. So if we're talking and then something great happens and we're all
But silently.
silent,
Well,
so it'll be silent. So it'll be like,
Just pay attention to Ryan. He'll have no idea what's going on.
no, what we'll do is we'll make noise, but then we'll pretend we were reacting to something we just said.
we do have a pretty exciting show coming up because, you know, it's Friday. Friday's great. We got Patrick Windhorst, who's a representative from Illinois' 118th district. He's going to come in and talk to us about the Safety Act. He's come highly recommended to us about being knowledgeable about that. So we're going to do that at 12:25. And then from there, we're going to get crazy. So we're going to bring in America naturally, but Erica Harris and Jen Cody are going to come in. Yeah, Annie's going to party.
Just Andy's gonna be completely aware.
Yeah.
This
Erica Harris,
is water, right?
yes.
Hydration? Non-water.
Water. It's the main ingredient.
I think
It's a vegetable. It's made from corn.
Yeah.
Helps you get over headaches.
So
And under.
Hannah's got some diamonds in the rough. Erica Harris and Jen Cordy are coming in for X's and O's.
Yeah,
We're going to do an Ask Me Anything at 1:25. So you
Put
guys-
your comments in now.
Yeah, get 'em in.
Question,
lots of questions.
anything you want to know about us.
Yeah, ask us anything.
The poll.
And then the poll is,
I should mute you.
which is best? Bagels
No.
or donuts?
Obviously.
So, are you Team Annie or Team America?
Ooh.
Whoa.
I guess we know who America's Sweetheart is after all.
Well, you're not America's sweetheart.
No,
so
I'm
you're right
not.
there in the intro.
No, I'm not. It's part of the show. It takes a lot of pressure off of me though to not have to be America's
It
Sweetheart.
allows you to be a little sassy.
A
It
little.
allows
Only a little.
you to call me out when I don't have a microphone, and then get a congressman that represents me to call me out.
We can talk about that. We can talk about that.
Anyway,
You're gonna do what?
Get everything
Hannah's
ready
getting the
so we
word
can
ready
have a
just
show.
in case we want to do a show.
yeah,
Still got 33 seconds.
and I don't
Is
even
your
have,
stinger
I don't
ready?
even have my stuff ready.
So bagels or donuts? Vote on the YouTube live chat poll. We're gonna be watching the Cardinals game, but that's a secret only between you and us. If you are listening on the radio, you're not gonna know if we do our jobs correctly that we're also watching
We'll see how good we are.
the Cardinals game. Yes. Because we don't, here's the inside scoop. We don't want people on the air to go, oh, that's right, the Cardinals are playing, and turn us off, because we get judged by ratings. So everybody turn your radio on and watch us on YouTube and watch the Cardinals game on
And I
YouTube.
will tell you this too. Whenever I was watching on YouTube, I had two screens set up. I could absolutely watch and interact with the Andy Fry show
And he did.
and keep an eye on the Cardinals.
Yep.
So if I can do it,
Show's going on.
YouTube going, the radio going, the app going, all this stuff.
It's American ride. Right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not a America's sweetheart.
goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio. I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
The years-long federal investigation into Hunter Biden's business practices began before Joe Biden was president. And sources tell CBS News the FBI believes there is enough evidence to prosecute. That evidence was provided months ago to David Weiss. The U.S. attorney in Delaware was appointed by President Trump and is yet to bring charges.
There's a difference between agents gathering evidence and a U.S. attorney making a prosecutorial decision. And I think he will have free rein to make the decision.
Sources tell CBS News the probe explored whether the younger Biden, his uncle James, and other business associates violated tax, money laundering, and foreign lobbying laws. Since the early months of this year, the probe narrowed, focusing on delinquent tax payments, including income Hunter Biden earned as a board member for a Ukrainian energy company. A source close to the president's son said he paid off more than $1 million in past due taxes.
So that's Catherine Herridge, one of my favorite actual journalistic reporters, talking about the latest developments. This kind of broke in the middle, as towards the end of our show yesterday. And it turns out that Hunter Biden might be in trouble for some things. This is a shocking development. Yeah, I know we're all blown away by that. What if Hunter Biden is indicted and charged for tax evasion? Brad, wasn't that mostly like the biggest charge here is the potential that he didn't like claim all his income?
Yeah, that's the biggest charge so far. So what if he's indicted for that? I think that a lot of people are like, see, this dude's shady. But then the people that are, it's not going to, I don't know that it's going to move the needle a whole bunch. Actually, it's very possible to me, and I don't know what you think about this, but I think it's possibly a chance to say, see, we did something about this before Republicans take control of the House and start launching investigations.
So going back to what I was saying there, like the tax part of this, there is a whole host of different things that you can look at Hunter Biden in his own files, in his own documents, and go, that seems to be illegal. I think if I did that out in the open, I might get in trouble for that. And as Greg Gutfeld said last night on Gutfeld Show, when it comes to tax evasion, yeah, it makes sense because it's really hard to claim on your taxes business expenses for cocaine and hookers. So when you pay attention to what Joe Biden has ignored in his son, has said that he's one of the most brilliant people that he's ever met, and you pay attention to the idea that Hunter Biden has been under a microscope and under federal investigation since 2018. This is not just a New York Post revelation in the summer/fall of 2020. The federal government has been looking into Hunter Biden since 2018. There's a lot to unpack if you choose to. But what we have seen from the federal investigators so far is that these things end up getting politicized. And it's just like when we talk about the media. It's about how they choose to proceed, not necessarily whether or not the final ruling from the investigators is that this is something worth charging for or this is not. If any one of the offenses of Hunter Biden were committed by a Trump kid, it'd be all we were talking about, and those people would have been charged long, long, long ago. When you compare the two-tier system that exists in the United States justice system right now, between the Trump family and the Biden family, between the Trump family and the Clinton family, you can see that there is an obvious double standard. Isn't the question here whether or not that double standard would trickle down to you? And if you have any evidence, any support that exists for the wrong political party or the wrong political family, that maybe one way or the other that two-tiered justice system would come down and you'd be on the wrong side of it. I think that that's the most compelling part of this. Whether or not Hillary Clinton is ever in an orange jumpsuit in prison, or Donald Trump ever serves time behind bars, or Hunter Biden finally gets his comeuppance and has to serve time, the only reason why those specific instances matter to me is because my question is if I do those things, do I get treated the same way that they do? And if the answer is no, then we have a problem with our justice system. I see a very strong potential avenue when the red wave does hit to whatever capacity that it would hit, that Joe Biden is going to be able to point to what is taking place right now with Hunter Biden, and in a way to wrap up the whole Hunter Biden story, like, yep, they finally got him. He did some bad things and he's going to get charged for that, prosecuted for that. He's going to finally get the attention to his crimes that are due and the consequences that are to come. That is going to be the way that the Democratic Party puts a bow on the Hunter Biden problem. It was addressed. He was investigated. He was charged. He was convicted. If we go through that process and Hunter Biden gets prosecuted for tax evasion and a potential gun crime because he lied on a federal form that had to do with his possession of a weapon, the Democrats and the Biden family specifically are going to be able to say that this situation is finished. It's been handled. It's done. I also think that it does set up the Biden family with a really responsible way in their minds to say, we're going to pardon Hunter Biden and step out of the political spotlight. When you do it for family, it seems a little more understandable for the people who are in the picture, who are out there, who are understanding that the politics surrounding this whole scenario made Joe Biden, America's grandpa. Used to be Uncle Joe Biden. He's great grandpa at this point. But everybody's going to look at him and say, oh, he did this for his son. And that makes sense to me. And the Democrat Party gets rid of him. They get rid of one of the biggest problems that they have right now, which is, what do we do with Joe? I'm going to watch this unfold very carefully, because if you've paid any attention to the other investigations that have taken place, the people who have been questioned, Tony Bobulinski, who's done multiple interviews with Tucker Carlson, and you know what kind of relationships that Hunter Biden developed across the world, trading on his father's name, who was in a position of near highest political power, enriching the Biden family. If you understand the connections that are there, it is incredibly more damning than Russian collusion and the Trump family ever had evidence to prove their point. The evidence definitely points into a corrupt system that has been led by and monetized by the Biden family for themselves. And if the key here, because I don't necessarily think that if you look at, was this just Joe Biden and Hunter Biden and maybe Joe's brother? Was that all there was to it? Were these three men able to themselves, without any other knowledge from anybody else, able to pull off these massive lucrative deals in Ukraine, in China, attempts to do it in Central America? Were they able to do that all by themselves? Or were other people knowledgeable that this was happening? Were there people participating in it happening? Were there other people who benefited in power, connection, or financially with what happened? If you ask yourself that question, it makes sense to me that you'd want to get this over and done with as soon as you possibly could. Hunter Biden can't be pardoned for crimes that he's not convicted of if Joe Biden is not the president. If Joe Biden is the president and these other questions are out there and he's not charged with them, Joe Biden can't help him if he's no longer the president, if he no longer chooses to run again, if he no longer chooses to finish his term, if he chooses to run again and doesn't win. There is a window of opportunity for Joe Biden to help Hunter Biden, and that window is narrowing. And the midterms, which are just a little over a month away, potentially make it so that that window narrows incredibly rapidly, not in the favor of Hunter Biden. People will say that you're not supposed to, engage in these types of behaviors or make these kind of charges right before an election season happens, but Joe Biden is not on the ticket, not by name. by policy and by support. He absolutely is. But Joe Biden is not on the ticket. And it would be something if they decided that they were going to hold off on this story once again in the month of October, the troubles and the perils that Hunter Biden has put himself in, has put his family in, and potentially has put the country in. It'll be important to pay attention to a Justice Department that has been under a microscope. And if you were tuned in the other day when we read the dismissal letter from the FBI, the appeal to the Peter Strzok dismissal, he submitted an appeal, and they wrote a very thought out and considerate letter of all of the facts, all of the information about Peter Strzok and his positioning through Peter Strzok's time leading in the FBI. And guess what? Peter Strzok was eviscerated for his highly politicized, highly inappropriate behavior and decisions and presentation of information to the public for grossly causing the FBI damage for Peter Strzok's actions. They know it, they see it, and they know the most that the public knows it and sees it. And that's why they're going to have to make a change. Will it be now? I'm not sure. But in a few days, in a few weeks, I should say, when the midterm election gets here, if that red wave hits the House, like we hope it does, if the Republicans take the majority, the investigations are going to start. And that is a very good thing. And they need to be thorough with it. They need to be precise with it. And they need to come to the public with the facts. And I have a feeling that Hunter Biden is going to be at the epicenter of most of it. We're going to take a quick break here. Yesterday, we started a conversation about the two breakfast foods that face off, and we're trying to figure out which is the best. And if you want to vote and weigh in on this, if you were hearing yesterday, this conversation continued to roll out into the evening. The question is, which is the best, bagels or donuts? If you could take a bite of a bagel or a donut, which one do you want? You got to go to the Annie Frey YouTube and vote and weigh in there and leave us a comment as well. We would love to hear from you. When we come back, we're going to speak with Patrick Windhorst more about the justice system and how we are prioritizing law and order over criminals, or in the state of Illinois, maybe we aren't as of January 1st. Patrick Windhorst, Illinois State Representative for the 118th District, in just a minute. Don't go away.
The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe. Text Red Cross to 90999 to give $10 to American Red Cross Disaster Relief, which helps people affected by disasters such as Hurricane Ian. Message and data rates may apply, or go to 971talk.com for additional ways you can help.
There are a lot of things that you can take care of when you go to the dentist, and you can have a whole health approach to it. This is a very smart way to utilize the time that you spend at the dentist, is to apply the whole health aspect to it. Foley Dental Group is the very best at this, making sure that you get the most out of every dental visit. I have seen it with my own eyes and heard it with my own eyes. Conditions that are able to be identified through your dental care. The amazing dentists, and they have many of them at Foley Dental Group, the amazing dentists there are waiting to see you. Brand new patients welcome. And this is the dentist I choose for myself. This is the dentist I choose for my whole family. I trust them with the care of each and every one of them, young to old. 618-288-9670. That's 618-288-9670. They have a brand new, gorgeous location. It is right off 270 at 159. Super simple to access. And like I said, if you are looking for the very best in dental care, you're going to find that at Foley Dental Group. Online at FoleyDentalGroup.com.
Surprise! Surprise! You know, surprise parties, they can be fun, right? Well, financial surprises, not so much, especially when you're retired, like finding out you owe more in taxes than you thought you would, or having to go back to work to make ends meet. Maybe you think you'll be okay, but why not double check just to be sure? Call Marvin Mitchell at Compass Retirement Solutions and schedule a retirement double check. Marvin and his team have been helping families plan for retirement for more than 15 years. Call 314-373-1598 to schedule your retirement double check with Marvin Mitchell at Compass Retirement Solutions. That's 314-373-1598. Don't let a financial surprise derail your retirement dreams. Give Marvin and the team a call, 314-373-1598. Firm offers insurance services, investments, and services offered through Compass Retirement Group, a registered investment advisory in Missouri and in Illinois.
We've been here 30 years, 30 Christmases in this house, and we have the traditions that most families have.
That's Terry talking about her experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We did Rhino Shield 14 years ago, and the house still looks the same as the first day. Rhino Shield really worked with me to help me get just the right, nice, soft yellow, and it's 14 years later, and it's the same color.
The main reason Terry called Rhino Shield is because it's backed by its 25-year transferable warranty.
It just sounded wonderful that we could have the house coated with Rhino Shield and not have to worry about it again for 25 years.
Take it from Terry. Give Rhino Shield a call now for a free evaluation. 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO. Or visit 877-25rhino.com.
There have been neighbors that have come by and said, "Did you just have your house painted?" Because they wanted to know who the contractor was. And I said, "No, it's actually Rhino Shield."
877-25rhino.com.
You had a solid retirement dream. Sell your home in a few years, bank the equity, downsize, and travel. But inflation and recession has you wondering if all your hard-earned equity will still be there. What if you could recession-proof your equity right now? You can with Truehold. Truehold will buy your home for its best current value before a recession can erode it. You get to bank all the cash now and live in your home for as long as you want. And Truehold covers all property taxes, insurance, repairs, and maintenance. And since Truehold pays your home's current value in cash now, it's yours to do whatever you like. Don't wait for inflation, recession, and interest rates to erode your home's value. Visit Truehold.com and discover how much Truehold will buy your home for today based on its best current value, not what's coming. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without having to move. That's Truehold.com.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
Nobody wants to miss the important things in life, and if it's because of bad vision, you don't have to. Mark Cox here from my friends at Brenton Vision. They can help you out. That's why I want you to take 2 minutes today to call my friends at Brenton at 314-375-2020 or go online to BrentonVision.com. Your eyes are as unique as your fingerprint. Since Brenton Vision is the only place in Missouri offering all 7 forms of modern vision correction, they can create a customized treatment plan just for your vision. They helped my wife out. She chose the lens replacement therapy and now sees better than ever, and she loves it. You can have that same experience with Brenton Vision. They accept flex plans and medical spending plans as well at Brenton. So don't let that money expire or go to waste. See your best. Do what we did. Call Brenton Vision at 314-375-2020 or schedule online right now at BrentonVision.com.
They came from every corner of the country, from small towns and big cities. But they all shared one thing in common. They belonged to a family called Marines, a tough and determined few dedicated to protecting everything we hold sacred. And still, they come. Celebrate the history of those proud few who have earned the title Marine.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
What are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
Well, what are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. Don't you remember me? Don't you know that we miss you?
Miss me? Who misses me?
You know, all your friends in the forest. The trees, the pond, that little fort that you made out of branches. We all miss you.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
The forest is not that far away. Have an adventure today. I'm sure your mom would take you.
You're right. I should get out. I want to have fun. Play in puddles, catch frogs, and climb trees. Hey, Mom!
Yeah, hon. Steven,
What is that in your hand? It's my sense of adventure, Mom. It's telling me we need to get out of the house and have some fun in nature today.
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Keeping you connected with news, entertainment, and information with perspective. It's all here. St. Louis's own 97.1 FM Talk. You're listening to The Annie Frey Show.
Are you aware that we spend over $5 billion each year taking care of this situation? So I've asked Governor Pritzker to get a hold of his pal Joe Biden and secure the border. If he won't do that, send us the funds that we need, the resources that we need. And if he won't do that, put them up in one of your Hyatts on your own dime.
Darren Bailey last night in the Illinois governor debate. And, this is just one of the many issues that we have in this state right now, the sanctuary city, sanctuary state status that has prioritized the people who are not willing to abide by our laws and said, here's some taxpayer dollars. Here's the hardworking money of the people of Illinois. Let's hand it over. Well, the Safety Act is another example of how Governor Pritzker and the supermajority of Democrats in the House, the supermajority of Democrats in the state Senate have prioritized pretty much everybody over the Illinois taxpayer. Let's speak to our friend, Illinois State Representative Patrick Windhorst. He's from the 118th District. Welcome to the show, State Representative Windhorst. We're really grateful that you're here with us today.
Well, thank you. Appreciate the opportunity to be on.
So I want to give you the opportunity. You've talked and you're very knowledgeable about what the Safety Act is. And I have heard people say this is not a purge law. And this is something that the Democrats are saying very strongly. They're trying to push back against this idea that there's some sort of purge going on. What's your immediate reaction to that statement?
Well, what that comment ignores is there are very large gaps in the Safety Act, particularly as it relates to what we call non-detainable offenses. That is going to mean that people arrested for some very serious and violent crimes will be released within a short period of time after arrest, right back out on the street, when under our current system, they would at least have to post bonds. In some cases, they may not qualify for bond. So, I think that they're ignoring the fact that there are some real problems, large problems with the act as it's currently written.
So, Pat, tell me a little bit about the non-detainable offenses. What is the change that's going to take place in the state of Illinois as of January?
Well, right now we have a system that basically says after someone's arrested, they will be given a chance to post bond, have a bond assigned to their case after their arrest for the vast majority of cases. Now, some people are released without bond, released on their recognizance for minor low-level offenses. That happens on a daily basis in our courts throughout the state. And then there are also people who are detained pre-trial without bond for non-probationable felonies and some stalking and aggravated stalking offenses. That system that exists now will change to one where if a person will either be in jail pending trial or released from jail pending trial without posting any money, and the offense for which a person is arrested, there will be only certain offenses for which a person can be held, and those are outlined in the new statute. So when we talk about detainable and non-detainable offenses, what we're saying by non-detainable offenses is these offenses do not fit within the criteria that are outlined in the statute. And, it's pretty clear, especially when you talk about some of the forcible felonies that are not detainable unless the person's a flight risk, which we could talk about as well. Unless the person's a flight risk, those forcible felonies some of them are not detainable. And we're talking about burglary, robbery, kidnapping, arson. Those are some very serious offenses that do not fit under these criteria right now.
We're speaking with Illinois State Representative Patrick Windhorst, the 118th District. I mean, for me, I'm not a lawyer, not a legal expert by any stretch of the imagination, but the idea that you'd break into somebody's home and try to steal something or put somebody's life or home in peril so that you can take whatever you want, however you want, that to me is already an indicator that you are not to be trusted with the responsibilities, the ideas that are set forth in a law and order system. So I don't really understand those non-detainable or those offenses that you just listed there, like including burglary. Like, what kind of deference are we supposed to be giving those types of criminals? How does that legally work?
Well, here's what I think, why I think this happened. The law was, as you was thrown together at the last minute at the end of the 101st General Assembly. It was passed within the last hour of the swearing in of our current General Assembly. These gaps were evident when the bill passed, but because it was rushed, there was not an ability to change or amend the statute before its passage to fix these holes. On the House floor, when we were arguing about the bill in that very limited time that we had, this was pointed out to the sponsor of the bill, and things have been kind of pushed off since then, and now we're up against the last 3 months before it's implemented on January 1st, and it's not clear that these are going to be corrected, even with nearly 2 years lead time on it. I don't know why someone who says they are for public safety would think that these types of offenses should continue to be allowed for a person to be released almost immediately after arrest. I think that is a big mistake for public safety. It's going to lead to an increase in crime, and the direction of the state as it relates to public safety and our crime rates will be heading in the wrong direction.
We're speaking with Illinois State Representative Patrick Windhorst. When this bill was put together, you're talking about the procedure with which this went through the General Assembly. My understanding is that this bill was actually first put into conversation by Katie Stewart, who happens to be a Democrat representative in the district I'm currently in. And what the Democrats did is they took a bill that she filed that I think had something to do with pharmaceuticals and turned it into this massive piece of legislation that had nothing to do with what she initially started with this bill. And I find it ironic because she voted no on the Safety Act, but she won't come on the air and tell us why this was a bad bill and didn't earn her yes vote like it did many of the other Democrats in the General Assembly.
Well, it was clear to many of us from the moment the bill dropped that this bill was not going to be good for our police or for public safety, and that's why many of us pushed back on it immediately. Part of how this bill passed was some of the shell games that are played in Springfield, where we see things passed on a very short time frame with very little public input, no transparency, and that's what happened with this bill. This is the major piece of criminal justice legislation of the last 50 years since our Constitution was enacted in 1970. This is the largest change we'll have seen in that period of time, and for this process to be rushed and thrown together at the very end of the General Assembly is a really a disrespect to the process, disrespect to the voters and citizens of our state. You know, what they did was they took a bill that passed the House and then they amended it in the Senate with a gut and replace amendment, put a 700-page bill in as an amendment. And so that means that they could avoid or attempt to avoid the 3 readings on separate days in each body, the House and the Senate. And so when they sent it back to the House on concurrence, we voted on it within a matter of hours. The Senate had voted on it within, I believe, an hour of the amendment being adopted. So we're talking about less than 24 hours after the bill was made public that it was voted on. That no matter what type of bill you're talking about, even if it was a fairly minor piece of legislation, we shouldn't have a process like that. When you're talking about a large change to our criminal justice system, we should have more time and more transparency before we allow this to occur.
Yeah, I would 100% agree with that. Patrick Windhorst right now joining us, the Illinois State Representative in the 118th District. So in your time in politics, and especially watching how the Democrats have been able to operate with a supermajority of Democrats in both chambers, why was it important to rush this through this way? Were the Democrats really looking to make Illinois safer, as the name of the bill implies, or is there an ulterior motive here?
Well, I can't really speak to that necessarily because I was not in the room when these conversations were occurring on the other side. The Republicans were cut out from the process. But if you remember back to when this was passed, Mike Madigan was still Speaker, and he was attempting to retain his speakership. And part of that was that he cut deals with certain groups, including the Legislative Black Caucus, that allowed for certain bills to come up for a vote on the floor that passed. This would be one of those bills. So perhaps there was some deal. This is obviously speculation, but there's some deal that had to be approved before the 101st General Assembly ended, and that's why it had to be rushed. Of course, the 102nd General Assembly presented a new speaker after Speaker Madigan did not get the votes to be retained as Speaker. That's what I saw, not behind the scenes, but just viewing things as they occurred on the House floor.
So let me ask you this one final question before we let you go. Here in Southern Illinois, we have 3 or 4 very strong races where Democrats currently have these districts, specifically in the state house where you reside. So we have these opportunities to turn some blue seats red. And when you're talking about a supermajority of Democrats and you're talking about a safety act, what I hear you saying here is that Republicans weren't even permitted to take part in the conversations. If we, maybe Republicans don't take the majority, but if the Republicans get out of that super minority, do things like the Safety Act require a little more input from a broader group of people in order to get voted on?
The more seats you have, the larger your voice is as a caucus, and the more opportunities you're going to have to be at the table and have your ideas heard. There's no doubt about that. So the more seats we win, the better it will be for us and I think for the state. We have to get a net of +3 this November to get out of the super minority. I think that's vital for the future of our state. If we elect a Republican governor and we elect Darren Bailey as governor and we get out of the super minority, that will give more strength to the conservative Republican cause. And I think that will move the state in the right direction going forward.
Well, thank you for your time today. We appreciate the discussion on this really important issue that certainly has a lot of folks asking me questions about the Safety Act and the legitimacy of it. We appreciate your expertise.
No, I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. Illinois State Representative Patrick Windhorst, Illinois' 118th district. It's very important that you pay attention to this particular issue, that you are keen to what is real, what is political speak, but also what is real, because there are people who for the next 30 days are going to pay enormous sums of money to make you believe something. Make sure that you know what the facts actually are. And we're going to continue to cover that with as many people who will come here to talk to us about this issue as we can possibly get. A reminder, we're going to have X's and O's at 2:05, and I'm very excited to have Jennifer Cordy in studio with us. She's the one who's running against Katie Stewart in the 112th. She is an amazing woman. She is not a politician. She is a mom. She is somebody who has been in the workforce. She is somebody who understands that the direction Illinois is going is not the direction that it should be going in, and it can be different. It doesn't have to be this way. Jen Cordy will be one of our contestants on X's and O's, along with Erica Harris, who is running for Illinois State Senate. We'll look forward to that game. But when we come back, Ryan Wiggins in studio with us, and he's going to talk to us about being braggadocious. So can't wait to see how Ryan Wiggins phrases that in a minute. Vote in our YouTube live chat poll. Bagels or donuts? We'll be back in just a minute.
So let's talk about it. You want white lines and a limousine, whipped cream, and everything in between. Yeah, I'm coming, baby.
You're listening to The Annie Frey Show. Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming for you. Pull my trigger, let me blow your mind.
The Mark Cox Morning Show.
Jennifer Kashenka, how are you?
I'm good. It's game day.
It is game day for us. We're very excited about that. We've got home field advantage already.
No, not that game.
What game?
Rutgers, Nebraska.
Weekday mornings 5 to 9.
So Gateway ENT online, if you want to learn more about the amazing doctors, the ear, nose, and throat doctors that you might be thinking about, I need to go see. somebody for this condition that I have, you need Gateway ENTs, gatewaydrs.com. That's gatewaydoctors.com. They are proudly in private practice where the patient is the most important part of the day. And unfortunately, in medicine and in healthcare these days, that's just not always the case. It's the whole purpose of what Gateway ENT does. They're not committed to one hospital system. They're committed to you. All of their doctors are in private practice, which allows them to partner with the best physicians, hospitals, surgery centers, and other providers in St. Louis, not beholden to a system. This gives them the freedom for any partnership that provides you the very best care. They work with people of all ages, even babies. So if you have an ear, nose, or throat problem, it's fall season, you might be dealing with something you've dealt with for a long time. Maybe you don't have to. Go see the amazing physicians at Gateway ENT. 314-843-3828. That's 314-843-3828. gatewaydrs.com. That's gatewaydoctors.com.
Mark Cox here with a real estate update and insight from my friend and trusted realtor, Gloria Liu, with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Gloria says, look, sitting on the sidelines may not be the best strategy moving forward in a continually shifting market. Homes aren't selling as fast, and in most cases, price reductions are becoming pretty common. Gloria also says that earlier this year, with low inventory, sellers didn't need a strategy to sell because homes were listed and sold immediately. Now more than ever, though, it is crucial to have a proven strategy to get your home sold. That's why I strongly suggest you call Gloria Liu before you list your home to get the absolute most money. Get this, Gloria is so confident she'll sell your home, she will guarantee in writing up front to sell it at your agreed to price and time frame, or she will buy it. Call her at 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888, or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
Tony LaRussa here. Men, are you running out of stamina rounding third base? If so, call my friends at Victory Men's Health in O'Fallon, Illinois. Scoring at home is important, just as important as crossing the plate with the winning run. VictoryMen'sHealth.com.
You've listened to 97.1 FM Talk. You've heard of Doug Voss of Voss Financial and Safe Money Radio, as he has been a staple as the financial expert on the station for many years. You can hear him on Safe Money Radio several times a weekend right here on 97.1 FM Talk. And you can talk to Doug Voss directly. Here's his number. Call Doug at 844-676-SAFE. That is 844-676-7233. Doug Voss is a registered representative. Securities offered through D.H. Hill Securities, LLP. Member FINRA and SIPC.
Hi, it's Scott and Andrea at Best Buy Flooring. We just hit a home run with hot summer deals for contractors. Right. Carpet, vinyl plank, vinyl tile, ceramic, sheet vinyl, carpet tile, and hardwood all in stock and contractor pricing. 2 locations, 7301 North Lindbergh in Hazelwood, Missouri, and 1851 West US Highway 50 in O'Fallon, Illinois. Open 7 days a week. Best flooring, best selection, Best Buy Flooring.
I'm Brian Westbrook with Coalition Life. Over the past decade, Coalition Life has served thousands of women in crisis pregnancies, helping to save the lives of the children that they carry. Help us build a better community while also reducing or completely eliminating your Missouri taxes with a 70% tax credit. A $1,000 donation today to help these women could cost you as little as $141 out of pocket. Learn more at coalitionlife.com, coalitionlife.com. Thank you.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studio. Air Comfort Service is hiring licensed journeymen. Don't have a journeyman license? Air Comfort Service will help you get it. Get guaranteed hours year-round and more. Apply online at aircomfortservice.com.
97.1 FM Talk.
St. Louis's home for conservative talk.
This is the Annie Frey Show. Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Frey Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. We appreciate you being here. Last night, I hosted, was the Master of Ceremonies. See, Master of Ceremonies seems really masculine, you know?
Yeah, sounds awesome.
Should I be the Mistress of Ceremonies? That sounds way more exciting.
Ooh, man, I kind of like that too. I would be more entertained to watch what you would do with that title.
Me be the mistress, like show up. What if you were the Mistress of Ceremonies?
And what if you were the master? And we were like, well, let's call the whole thing off.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Let's do that
A
in
little
an
less
event.
conversation. How about a little more Wiggins America action? We can get to that. You should brag about how awesome of a mistress you would be.
I will, and I'll wear that sweet yellow dress.
What yellow dress?
The squash
dress?
one, remember? Squash dress.
Oh yeah, now I know. I'm wearing a nice dress tonight.
Did you rent the runway?
I did, and I rented 4 dresses, and I'm wearing the one that I already owned. I'm not wearing any of them.
That's always how it goes.
But you get a refund, don't you, if you send them back unworn? Wait a minute,
No.
that doesn't make sense. How would they know? It doesn't even look worn. I'm not
Ryan.
going to charge her.
That's really not how business works.
Well,
If you want to start that though with high fashion, I will subscribe to that.
I do, and I want to see how long I'll last, which is not very long. Speaking of bragging, I have in my hand the 8 most likely things that people will brag about, but that the list is saying you shouldn't. So I figured I'd bring these to you guys. And for me, I at least know somebody who does, I think, all 7 or 8 of these for sure.
One person who does all 8.
Now, I'm not going to, no, not one person who does every single one.
Say,
But I've-
boy.
No, it's not.
Let me before you go into this, real quick, on a scale of 0 to 10, where would you rate yourself as somebody who brags about themselves? Ryan? I'm real humble.
1
I'm
to
about
10.
a 0.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'd probably nail that list. So I'd put myself in an 8 or 9. Are we talking about that being negative though? Which direction does the
10 is the
scale
most
go?
braggy.
Okay, I'll put myself at a 5.
And we're talking about serious braggy, right?
Yeah, and I'm
not
talking
sarcastic.
about
You're putting yourself out there, try to get a little attention.
Oh, maybe 3?
Yeah, you don't brag.
Not at all.
Hannah.
Like 4? I don't know. I feel like we're all pretty conceited.
Oh man.
That's not where I thought that was going.
And Annie, how would you answer that
I
question?
was going to say, why don't you all say what you think I am? Is that fair?
Yeah.
1.
Gosh, it's hard.
Brad?
Yeah, you're about a 2 or a 3.
I'll put you at a 5 just to make you equal to me.
A 10.
I was going to say 5.5.
Okay.
No, I wasn't going to say that. I do not. Bragging and arrogance is the grossest personality trait to me, but I am confident, and if I do something well, I'm proud of it. So it's really kind of an in the eye of the beholder thing.
Yeah, you don't like promoting things that you've done well because you're embarrassed when people compliment you on them. So that's why I didn't give you a higher rating.
But Annie is also like the kind that's like, don't make me tap on the scoreboard.
That's true too.
Yeah, but if
It's tough.
then it's the scoreboard bragging.
It's not bragging, it's the truth.
But
at that point.
But I wasn't going to look at the scoreboard until she pointed at it. So it's still her.
I'm only pointing at the scoreboard if somebody is maybe attacking or questioning my character or my abilities. To which I'll say either I suck at that or I'm actually pretty good at that.
She usually points at the scoreboard and starts chanting "Warm up the bus."
That's exactly that's the way I do it. That's me. Warm up the butt.
Yeah. She's like that one guy.
Man, I've chanted that before in high school.
Okay.
When the other
At
team.
a game?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
It's the
Have
best.
you not? Collinsville was the
It's
worst.
so much fun to do that.
I don't think
Says the
so.
Edwardsville Guard.
But I also was playing golf. So we didn't do a whole lot of chanting.
Man, I will go chant "Warm up the bus" the next time you play golf. I will totally do that.
I think it would have stood out if I had done it. So maybe I should have. But speaking of me being a 5 and you being a 5.5, I'm going to go ahead and skip to number 3 here.
I think I had the wrong definition of conceited.
Well, at least you're not so conceited that you can't admit that you didn't know what it meant. So bravo.
Poor Hannah.
What did you think?
Yeah, what did you
meant?
think? Did it mean humble?
Yes.
That's the opposite.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the
well,
antonym.
Guys, we are not conceited.
I was gonna say we all
Newsflash.
thought
We all were a little surprised by that, but okay.
we all thought you were gonna say I think we're all pretty humble. And then you
No,
went,
that's
like,
what I meant.
hard turn to the right.
Okay.
Wait.
We're like, okay.
This
all
week,
right.
I learned the difference between vertical and horizontal and conceited and humble. Mix those two up. Gosh, it's Friday. I'm
Kids at
done.
home, if you want to be in radio, here are the things that are not important to know.
Latitude and longitude.
Flatitude. It's flat.
Stalactite and stalagmite.
One goes up, one goes down.
Exactly.
I'm not sure which.
It doesn't even matter. You can say whatever you want, and everyone will react to it.
Not
My
on
mother's
radio.
probably so disappointed in me right now.
You could have just let it flow that we were all conceited and then told us out of the break.
Yeah, by the way, I actually think you guys are fine. You'd have been like, oh, okay, you're just doing like a funny radio thing. Yes, I was. I did know what that meant the whole time.
Number 3.
All right, number 3 is always one-upping people.
One-uppers are the worst.
For instance, says he used to work with a guy who well, actually, this one, I wanted to save this one, but it does feed into this because I am this guy. A guy who can always get you a better deal no matter what you got. That is
you
me.
are that guy.
I am that guy.
Except for your deals that are so great, usually don't, well, at least sometimes don't turn out that great.
Yeah, I got to put a little detail on there and say, while I could get you a cheaper phone, it's a worse phone. You know, it's always a lower
You
end
find
product.
out you're
too.
getting swindled.
Yeah. I could get you cheaper tickets to that theme park, but they're not real.
And I'm,
so.
I'm saying to you, no, you can't. That doesn't exist. You shouldn't do this. You should get your money back. You're
Wow,
like, no, it's legit.
$25 for Disney tickets. I'm in. Where do I wire the money?
That was a donation that you made.
80? All right. This has got to be real. All right. No, so another one, though, that I have met people, coworkers even, not necessarily here, but at
Not
other places that I've worked.
you guys
Not
hear that?
necessarily
In this room.
here.
Necessarily.
Possibly.
How people who brag about how easily they can manipulate people
What?
or how good they are at lying. Have you ever met anybody that does this?
No.
I had a boss once that did that would talk about how good he was at getting people to do things.
In this.
Not here.
Oh, Steve.
I don't know. Maybe. I got to say not here. So I'm going to say not here.
He's on vacation. We can
Yeah,
say
who cares?
anything.
I don't know people who brag about it, but I know people who, I don't know. To me, that's like epicenter narcissism stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And narcissism is one of those conditions that you can kind of throw out, be like, oh, they're so narcissistic. But if you've ever met a real narcissist, it is the most toxic thing to be around, and there's no stopping it.
No, it's tough.
I mean, like you have to cut that cancer out of the situation.
Yeah.
And because it's going to go somewhere else and be a cancer somewhere else. It does not stop. And, I've had a textbook narcissist try to blow up my family's life, and we've stuck the landing a few years ago. And, that persists. And I've worked with people who are that way. Not necessarily in this room.
Go on.
Not in this room.
I've worked with more people who are that way than you have, even.
Really?
Not to one up you.
No. I don't know. I thought you were implying that I'm a narcissist.
No.
I've worked with that personality, and depending on where you are in proximity to that narcissist, if you don't have any power in that situation, it is soul sucking to be in the orbit of somebody who always knows best. Yeah. And when they are corrected because they had the wrong information, they double down. It's nauseating. And
you got to run from it. But if you're stuck
I could finish
in
this bottle right now.
That is really hard.
I think I might need that.
Let's take a break and can we do the rest on the next side of the?
Sure.
We have another.
Yeah, I got about 3 or 4 more of these. So
I got about 5 or 6. So
real cool. I guess you could lead the next segment then. Only because it's your show, I guess. I don't know.
Mark Cox gave me a bottle of vodka. It's like he knew. It's like he knew something about me today.
Not to one up you, but he also tried to give me a bottle, and I said, "Why don't you give it to Annie?"
No, thanks, Ryan Wiggins, for the generosity. I appreciate it. More when we come back. Don't go away.
Hi, Mark Goldstein here for Edwards Carpet. It's time for our Columbus Day sale, so come on down to Edwards and discover some awesome savings. Ask to see our specials. These are items with limited quantities marked down to move quickly. Carpet and luxury vinyl plank at low sale prices and get 12 months interest-free financing. We're booking installation into November now, so hurry in and make your house beautiful for the holidays. See you soon at either of our locations in Ellisville and De Pere.
Come on down to Edwards Carpet Stores.
Need a break from the sound bites and the talking heads? Do you want information you can actually use? Information that'll change your life for the better? Then listen to the Del Walmsley Radio Show.
Listen to the Del Walmsley Radio Show this Saturday afternoon from 1 to 2 p.m. on 97.1 FM Talk. Has your child swallowed your medicine, your laundry detergent, your nail polish remover? Call the Poison Helpline. Have you inhaled paint thinner, glue, pesticides? Call the Poison Helpline. Have a question about a dose, a fume, something your kid just drank? Call the Poison Helpline. Poisonings can happen at the home, on the job, or in the great outdoors. Call the Poison Helpline first for fast, free advice from medical professionals. Call 1-800-222-1222 anytime, anywhere. 1-800-222-1222. Save the number, save a life. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Mark Cox here. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, call Thomas Helbig with the Retirement Advisory Group at 314-993-9494. He'll show you how to participate in the market gains without ever losing a penny. Thomas is the official financial advisor of the Mark Cox Morning Show.
The Med Spa at the Institute of Natural Health understands how difficult it is to maintain healthy skin and how much this can affect someone's life. With the right combination of treatments and products, they can help you keep your skin looking healthy and more youthful, while also reducing and preventing damage. Take your first step towards healthy skin at the Med Spa at the Institute of Natural Health. Visit them at inhstl.com or call to schedule at 314-293-8123. That's 314-293-8123.
Accidents happen. To make your car like new again, call Bommarito. We make it easy. We have a state-of-the-art collision center near you. We service every make and model and use only factory-certified parts. We take care of your insurance claim, any loaner car needs, and our repairs are fully guaranteed. We'll get you in, repaired, insurance claim paid, and back on the road fast. A better experience, a better price, better service, the automotive leader, Bommarito, Missouri's #1 automotive group. Open 24/7 at Bommarito.com.
Have you mixed your pain meds, your sleep meds, your allergy meds? Call the Poison Helpline. Has your child eaten a tube of toothpaste, a chip of paint, a wild mushroom? Call the Poison Helpline. Have you been bitten by a spider, a snake, an insect? Call the Poison Helpline. Poisonings can happen at the home, on the job, or in the great outdoors. Call the Poison Helpline first for fast, free advice from medical professionals. Call 1-800-222-1222 anytime, anywhere. 1-800-222-1222. Save the number, save a life. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
KFTK FM Florissant.
Driven by the Bommarito Automotive Group.
97.1 FM Talk.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
New fallout from a Texas school massacre. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. Nearly 5 months after the mass shooting at Robb Elementary in Uvalde, the school district just announcing the district's entire police force is suspended. This follows the recent hiring, then firing, of an officer who had been on campus during the attack, working as a state trooper, and who remains under investigation as part of a broader probe of the response to the shooting. The school district is asking the Texas Department of Public Safety to provide additional troopers to cover assignments for now, and 2 officials have been placed on administrative leave, including Director of Student Services Ken Mueller, who has decided to retire. President Biden is at a Volvo plant in Maryland.
Let me start off with 2 words. Made in America. Made in America.
He's marking National Manufacturing Day and arguing ahead of the midterm elections that his economic agenda is working.
Just look at today's jobs report. Our economy created 263,000 jobs last month. That's 10 million jobs since I've come into office. That's the fastest job growth at any point of any president in all American history.
Though much of that growth is pandemic recovery, the president also painting Republicans as out of touch and warning they'll raise costs for families if they win back control of Congress. Republicans say it's the president's policies driving inflation and hurting the economy. Wall Street's anxious about the Fed's reaction to more job growth. The Dow's down 590 points. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis commending the Coast Guard after about 2,500 rescues since Hurricane Ian.
They're able to go and they've rescued people who probably would have ended up dying had they not had people there that early. So they've saved a lot of lives.
The storm is blamed for more than 100 deaths in Florida alone. DeSantis says most of the power is back now statewide, but damage assessments continue. America is listening to Fox News.
Missed you this morning. Kim told me you weren't feeling well, so I'm just doing a self-care check.
Thank you, friend.
How you doing?
Girl, listen, my energy was so low because I didn't eat breakfast when I got up, so I had to miss virtual yoga with y'all.
Trust me, I understand.
But I'm doing much better now that I've eaten, so I'm back on track.
Great. In that case, let's get some steps in tonight. I'll come over and we can walk around the lake.
Sounds good. Appreciate you being in my business, too. Now, let me get in yours. Did you check your blood pressure today?
I did that and my squats, okay?
Okay.
High blood pressure is not going to be my friend if I can help it. See you at 6?
Let's get it. See you then.
Now more than ever, it's important that we protect our hearts and the hearts of those we love. Check in on one another and be a part of a healthy blood pressure movement. Rally your squad to take the online pledge at releasethepressure.org. Brought to you by the Release the Pressure Coalition and the Ad Council.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling. Weather.
Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Temperatures in the 50s to near 60 this afternoon, almost 20 degrees cooler than yesterday. Sunny, breezy, just kind of a sweater weather afternoon, even with the sunshine. Tonight, clear skies. Evening temperatures in the 50s, some frost away from the city towards morning, 36. The weekend, Saturday, sunny and cool, 62, and Sunday, sunny and 70. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Brian Kilmeade.
Former U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley's here. Welcome back, Governor.
St. Louis is home for conservative talk.
The liberals can't stand a minority conservative female not being a Democrat. They
Why?
just can't, because we totally ruin their narrative. Why is it that you think that minorities are incapable of going to the DMV to get an ID so that they can vote? Why is it that you say that minority parents can't decide which school their kids should go to?
97.1 FM Talk.
The football season is building up, and so are your carpets, floors, and even air ducts with all that dirt and dander. So it's time to call Zero Res and beat the holiday rush and save. Appointments are booking up fast. Be sure to call My Carpet Heroes at Zero Res. And before you turn on your furnace too much this winter, do you know how much built-up dirt, dander, and other allergens are lurking in the air duct system? You can do something about it because your home will never really get clean if those ducts are pumping it full of years of built-up dust, dirt, and allergens. And every surface Zero Res cleans is specifically designed to preserve and maximize the life of your investments in your home or your surfaces in your home. This month's Mark Reardon special is the more you clean, the more you save. Get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned starting at just $129 or 5 rooms starting at $199. That's a 43% savings. Book now to get the best carpet cleaning deal of the season. And don't forget about those air ducts, $75 off any air duct cleaning package. The deals won't last long. Beat the rush and book today. Call Zero Res 314-474-2020 or online at ZeroResSTL.com and say you want the Mark Reardon special. And right now, Zero Res is hiring. Zero Res, spell it backward or forward, it spells the same.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at LanceDRURYLaw.com or call us toll-free at 888-367-6512.
Hey, it's Bo Matthews on behalf of Beast Plumbing. Want to educate you on what a hose bib is. A hose bib is basically your outdoor faucet to get water to your backyard or your driveway or on your business. And sometimes they go bad. They either leak or the handle breaks. You need to get that replaced. Well, Beast Plumbing is offering in the month of October $25 off replacement hose bibs and $50 off new hose bibs. They've got a new number you can put in your phone, 314-500-LEAK. That's 314-500-LEAK, or find them online at BEISplumbing.com. Tell them Bo sent you to Beast Plumbing.
Hi, this is Ken.
And Lori Heisey of Heisey Advisory Group. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families work toward their financial goals.
If you're retiring soon, join us Saturday at 9:30 a.m. for your Retirement Highway.
Investment advisory services by individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Keeping you connected and aware.
In the world, the country, and the community.
And offering more ways than ever to listen conveniently. Tell your smart speaker to play 97.1 FM Talk or download the Odyssey app.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Happy Friday. We're very glad that you're spending some of your afternoon with us. A reminder, you can stream us on the Odyssey app anywhere you go, anytime. You can even rewind the radio station up to 24 hours in advance of when you log on. AUDACY, download it, follow 97.1 FM Talk, and we will be talking to you right there, just like we're talking to you right here. On the Annie Frey YouTube channel, we've got our live chat poll, which is best. Bagels or donuts? We need your thoughts on this. We need your vote. So go ahead and submit that on the Annie Frey YouTube channel. We were talking before we went to the break, a little bit of extra overtime here for Wiggins America. And the subject is kinds of bragging that people do. I'll let you take it back over, Ryan. We're talking about one-upping was one of the things that we were discussing before, but you've got more.
Yeah, a couple more here. This one, I'm going to start with this one because it's the only one I don't really know anybody who has done, at least in most of my life.
Can you recap the other ones?
The other ones were one-upping people, people who brag that they can manipulate other people well, or that they're good at lying, getting people to do things.
It's a great kind of person.
It usually is. And the last one is, well, these two kind of meld together, but the I can always get you a better deal guy, which is me. So, moving on from those though, and away from me certainly, is people who brag about how hard they partied and or how popular they were in high school.
That's an ugly kind of bragging.
Yeah.
It's not really like having the effect that you think it is.
Usually it doesn't, but that's not one I really know anybody who does.
Nobody in this room is a partier. Hannah, you just turned 21. She kind of wide-eyed. She's the one who just called us conceited in the last segment.
Mm-hmm. That's okay.
But she thought it meant humble.
We can take that well because we're not actually that.
Really, really humble.
Yep.
You wouldn't consider yourself, would you? A partier?
No, I would not.
I was gonna say, off air, you haven't described yourself as a partier.
No, I'm not a partier. My 21st was my big hurrah.
They can say hurl.
Also that as well, but
Wayne's World.
I can't believe I said conceited meaning humble. I can't drop that.
That's okay. We won't either. I think it's so weird to watch people brag about how much they can drink.
Yeah,
definitely something people do.
Absolutely. And especially I could see people doing this. Oh, back in my day, I could hammer a whole keg by myself or something, but I just don't. I've seen that person exists. I've never had anybody say that to me.
Would you rather be around someone who says that they drink a lot and are proud of it, or someone who says that they were popular in high school?
I think I'd rather be around somebody who could brag about all the beer they could drink.
Me too.
I actually wouldn't mind that person, maybe. I guess it could be a humble brag, though, which is why it's on the list.
Yeah.
If you're talking about how you were in high school, that kind of makes me feel like you haven't really done anything since then.
Yeah, and I was going to say, if you're still close to high school, it might be a little bit different, but I don't even know if that would matter.
Hannah, what year did you graduate high school?
2020.
You graduated high school in 2020, folks.
Mhm.
She's a youngin', very smart one, though. I graduated in 02.
01.
99.
99.
So we would have all, the other three of us, we would have all been in high school at the same time. So this is my 20-year anniversary out of high school. That seems like a really long
You're going to go?
No, I couldn't.
They're probably it's a small enough class that you guys probably don't have a huge thing, right?
Well, we were trying to get something together, and people are all over the place. Going to a Lutheran high school, many of those people go to one of the Concordia Lutheran colleges in Nebraska and Chicago and Texas. I had a friend who went to the one in Irvine, California. Mequon, Wisconsin. There are a lot of different places where you go after a Lutheran high school if you're going to like stay in the Lutheran bubble, if you will. And then they all kind of stay there. So to get everybody to come back here is difficult. And when you graduated with 47 people, it's like pretty soon you're having coffee.
Right. Yeah, you're just going out to eat at
So
Applebee's.
I think we're going to try again at Christmas, but the time that they had picked, I was going to be out of town. So
all right, moving to number 6 here, working backwards. This one is the one I think I know the most people who do. When they say, I'm just blunt, I just tell it like it is. That is an indicator to me, you are going to say something that's going to be mean to me really soon.
I am that person.
I'm sensitive around those people.
Yeah.
I don't.
But it's
I don't
almost
do
like
well
a
with those
precursor to if somebody says that, they know I'm going to say something within the next however much time.
It depends how, like, if someone makes that their whole personality, you're like, oh boy.
So is that everything it says about that person?
Pretty much.
What? Say it again.
I'm just blunt and I tell it like it is. Translates to I'm an abrasive blank.
There is. It's not wrong.
Andy, I don't think that you're that type of person.
There's a difference between being that type of person and bragging about
Saying
being
that you are.
Yes.
That's the difference.
Because I have, in the last 10 years of my life, I think that this is something that happens in maybe your 30s, maybe, I don't know for people, but like when you were getting out of the younger phase of your life and you need to take the reins on more things. If I'm going to be super direct with you, it's not because I'm trying to be mean to you. And I know that it can be perceived as being mean from time to time. And I don't want that to be the case. But generally speaking, if I feel like we're all working towards the same goal, I'll use my husband as an example. I would rather straight up tell him what I'm thinking and feeling. So if we are in a disagreement, I can tell him, which is kind of the opposite stereotypical female thing to do in a relationship. Like, you should know. I would rather tell him and maybe have a strong argument that's much shorter, because we both do not have the time with 4 kids and we each have our own careers. We don't have the time to go back and forth. We had a lot of time like that in the beginning of our marriage or when you're dating, when you don't have all these other responsibilities. But on the show too, and with people who we work with in this business, we are limited on the time that we have to get things done. And in radio specifically, everything is old news. Like, as soon as it happens, you have a window to do something about it. And if you miss the window, it's over. And now you got to try to do it for the next thing. So I consider directness to be a quality that I value, but you have to know that the people who are involved in receiving that directness get that.
I think that is so different. Like, the type of person in my mind that Ryan's describing is someone's like, I'm just pretty blunt. You look ugly.
Yeah.
Just telling you how it is.
It's the kind of person that would have the B word and a sticker on the window of their back of their car.
Yes.
This is not a personality trait.
Yes.
Or like one that says nasty woman.
Yeah.
What?
Nevertheless, she persisted.
Yeah. That's a Hillary Clinton thing.
And that's
you were
kind
a
of
sophomore.
I'm that same person, but I'm aware of it. And it's like, man, I got to be really aware that whenever I say something, that I sand the edges off before I say it. And it's not because I'm trying to be mean or harsh or abrasive or an abrasive blank, as that would put it.
Do you have a sticker that says that on your car?
No, I have a Pirate Life sticker on my car.
Well, Brad, you said to me, you've been working on the show a little over a year. You said to me one time, probably a few months in, you're like, Annie, if there's ever something I'm not doing that I need to be doing or that I need to know, you can't be subtle about it. You have to tell me right away exactly what you mean so that we can handle it. And I was like, oh, I love you. Thank you for being that person.
There are 2 kinds of people in this world. There are those that speak in bold print and those that speak in fine print. And I speak in bold print. So if I say something, don't look for subtext. Don't look for anything. Don't look for hidden meanings or anything. Just read the bold print.
Yeah, Brad has a way of
Brad meant.
Making the best out of situations. And I'm like only reading fine print.
Yeah.
There are only 2 kinds of people in the world. Conceited people and humble people. And we all know who we are.
Yeah.
I don't know which one I do. Fine print or bold print. I think I'm oblivious. I think I'm completely oblivious to it. Yeah. Italics with a lot of parentheses.
I think it depends on the day, Ryan.
Yeah, maybe. I am though. I can tell you this, especially with my wife, is that if she's going to tell me something negative or something like, hey, you need to do this, you need to change this, I need her first, and probably everybody, to be like, Ryan, I love you and I cherish you now, and then fill in the blank with whatever it is.
That's fine print.
Okay. Then I'm a fine
reading
print
into more of what it is than what is actually there.
I'm so fine print. I don't know that I can read bold print because I'm so always looking for the fine print.
Number 5 is this one to me. This one is, it needs to be said. When people brag about how many hours they work, whether it be little or a lot, because I've never really met anybody who brags about working a little other than Del Walmsley. But I have met a lot of people.
That comment's probably going to cost you like $3,000.
Yeah, we'll see. Isn't that an ad for him? That's like his whole thing.
You know who's not going to be working a lot after he hears that?
Yeah.
Ryan.
You gonna brag about it?
We're gonna find out where Del Walmsley and Ryan Wiggins are on the totem pole.
I got some bad news.
I know where we all are on the totem pole
compared to Del. We're all low. But I have met people who do like to brag.
Once again, the boss is out of town.
Yeah, right. It's going to be a fun day. Friday all day. Who brag about how much they work. And they're not necessarily trying to, but they kind of are trying to.
I hope that I don't come off like that. I just did a segment yesterday, or I talked in a segment, and I thought about it going home about how busy I am right now. And it's not bragging.
That's actually, no, I would tell you because you know I'm a blunt guy. But that's not what I was thinking of with this. This is what I was thinking of, is somebody who's trying to almost guilt you that I work so much more than you, so you should feel bad.
Yeah.
Which is not what you were doing. You were just talking about being busy.
No.
And that everybody should do what you do.
Yep, that's me.
How about people who brag about money? Anybody ever met anybody who does that?
Yes.
I wish I never did, but I do all the time.
I wish I could.
You wish you never did.
I wish I've never met people that brag about money.
Or I was going to say, you don't brag about money.
I'm
I wish
conceited, apparently.
She said, I wish I never did, but I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm gonna stop
Okay,
talking
cool,
today.
Hannah.
no.
Are you low-key rich or?
Yeah.
No. What are you holding out on us? Go do a coffee run and you pay.
Yeah.
I know people who are like that. All of this, the most interesting thing to me about bragging is that it's all, to me, a sign of low self-confidence. Which, going back to the original thing that what did I say? What was the one that I was like, oh crap, I think I do that. The bluntness, or no, the scoreboard,
Scoreboard one.
the one-upper.
You kind of said you do all of them, right?
Thanks.
No, that was Hannah that said that.
Anna, our digital master out there, created a YouTube short. If you haven't subscribed to the Annie Frey YouTube channel and you haven't seen these shorts that she's putting together,
They are amazing.
we are the ones who are in the shorts.
Yeah, you got to see our shorts.
and
They're short shorts.
well, the funny thing is that she creates these, and then we don't always know, like we
We
get
forget.
alerted to them, so we'll go through it, and sometimes they're served to me, which is really cool. Like if I'm on the app or whatever, but I'll watch them, and they're so funny. And it's just the way she clips them. It's not because we're that great.
No, it is.
But
speaking of bragging.
Anyway, but the one where we were talking about Christmas trees, and when you put your Christmas trees up, I'm clearly like looking at papers or something like that. I'm like, yeah, mine are already up. And Ryan goes, yeah, ours are up. And I'm like, mine were up first. and if you watch that video, you get to see behind the scenes the fact that we are completely one-upping each other there, but it's 100% playful. And if you get to, I don't think that the reason I loved that video and that she did that is because it really showed behind the scenes what you probably don't really hear over the air on the radio.
There's so much facial expression that we're doing all the time, including right now. I'm just staring at Hannah saying this for absolutely no reason.
I like the shorts because it reminds me what we talk about. We're doing so much that I see those. I'm like, oh yeah, we did talk about that. And they're great. Anna does an amazing job.
Please subscribe to the Annie Frey YouTube channel. If not to watch the live stream, which we have every day, and the YouTube live chat every day, to see the work she's putting into making us look way better than we actually are. Which is a humble brag.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but we're bragging about her.
When we watch
She's
it, we go,
awesome.
gosh, that was really funny.
Is humble brag the last one?
No.
Oh.
These are all kind of humble brags in a way, right?
Yeah.
The last one is
humble brag's the worst.
Claiming that you are a good person.
Again, these are all things that should speak for yourself. If you feel compelled to tell somebody, I just want you to know I'm pretty awesome.
Yeah, that one's pretty. Yeah, I don't know how you do that subtly.
Really? I don't even want to know more. I'm good.
I've never really seen somebody claim they're a good person, but I have seen people compare other people to themselves. Like I would never do that. And that is doing that without trying to. You're saying I'm the standard of right. And if somebody doesn't hit that, then they're a worse person than me.
In junior high, I've told the story on the air, but I went through a terrible social time in junior high, and the girls in my class were awful to me. I am friends with or cordial with all of them now. And I know that I was mean in junior high to other people too. So this is just the nature of the beast that is junior high. It's difficult. But the slumber party that I didn't get invited to, and then they called me from the slumber party at my parents' house. This is in the days of no cell phones. Like I had to go get the corded phone off of the wall and answer it to hear all of my air quotes friends tell me, hey, I just want you to know we're all at a party and we didn't invite you, but we're having a great time. And then they called me back. It's the worst.
Girls are vicious.
But it got worse because I had got a phone call 15 minutes later from somebody who I thought was a very good friend of mine at the time to say, oh man, these girls called me and they said this. And I thought, oh, okay, there's at least one other person. And I went upstairs to my sister's phone and the caller ID, she was at the party too. So they called me back from the party to pretend that this person wasn't at the party to see if it had upset me.
Oh man.
Right?
I never heard that part of that.
I know. I didn't know that any of them had a problem with me at the time. I can't look at myself in junior high and assess like what kind of obnoxious 7th grader I was, because I kind of think they're all, to a certain extent, 13-year-old obnoxious. It's just part of the territory. I don't think I was particularly awful. I ended up making other friends that were a grade older than me, and still to this day, they're my best friends. But that moment at that point in my life made me so self-aware of every move that I make. Facial expression, gesture, willingness to speak up first, deference to maybe speak up last, to not be the type of person who puts themselves first all the time. I developed a heavy science for myself to watch how other people act and to try to make sure that I always put myself in the background so that I could assess the situation. And I've watched a lot of people, like, I developed confidence over that time, but I started at the absolute rock bottom because it was nuked for me. And watching people through high school and watching people who appeared to be incredibly confident project their confidence in the most lacking of confidence type of ways, it's always bragging. And it's all of those different things. And then you realize grown-ups do the same things, that you will forever in your life go through different relationships and different circumstances where you'll be around people who are constantly trying to prove who they are to you. And you're like, I didn't ask the question. I thought you were fine. I don't really need to know all these details. So I think that's a really interesting conversation. And I hear those things and I can apply them to myself and think, oh my gosh, I think maybe I kind of do that. Maybe I need to stop. But like if you're being blunt or direct, there's a difference between being blunt and direct and bragging about how awesome it is that you're blunt and direct, I would assume.
I don't know. Ask Brad.
Absolutely. There's a difference.
What's the worst one on this list for you? One-uppers are awful.
One-uppers are bad.
They don't know that they're doing it.
It's the blunt one, because I've met so many people who do that.
Yeah.
Who brag about, well, that's just the way I am. Like, you're just going to have to deal with it. Whatever it is, that's what I am.
I think it's the one-uppers. I meet people, and I worry about that too, because I'll tell a story, or you'll share a story with somebody, and then somebody else has a story, and it's like just a little bit worse than what yours. Sometimes I try to share a story to say, like, I can kind of relate to how you're feeling right now. And then I'm like, maybe I just shouldn't share that story and just sit on it and just listen to the person so that they don't even get the impression.
Mhm.
Listening is good.
I think for me, it's tied between the blunt people and the money braggers.
All bad. Don't be those people.
Yeah, Brad, you're right. You are a good person. You do a great job at that.
Let's take a quick break. We're going to have some positive news to share with you when we come back. Plus, Ask Me Anything. Get your questions in for the crew on the Annie Frey YouTube live chat and vote in the poll, which is best. Bagels, are you team Brad Bagels or team Annie and Ryan Donuts? So Brad and Hannah were Bagels. Annie and Ryan, since we agree on everything, Donuts. Donuts brings the world together. Go vote for Donuts. We'll be right back.
This is the Annie Frey Show. The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe. 97.1 is St. Louis's radio destination for information with perspective. It's where St. Louis and beyond comes to talk. Right here, right now. This is 97.1 FM Talk.
Stewart's American Mortgage, the bagel loan guy. If you are, every time I talk about bagel loans now, I feel like I need to stop talking about bagel loans. But Stewie won't let me because everybody needs to know.
Don't call it a donut loan. People get real confused.
I need to ask him permission.
It's a bagel loan because bagels are the best.
Well, bagels do look like a zero.
So do donuts, though.
And you pay zero in fees that other lenders are going to charge you for. So if you use the bagel loan, you can save money, and that does kind of put a point in the bagel column. But there are so many points in the donut column. I don't know if it can catch up. We'll wait and see. If you are looking to refinance your mortgage, if you're looking to buy a new home and you use the bagel loan, you're going to be working directly with Stewie, which is how he gets rid of all those fees. So you don't have to pay them. They don't get rolled into the loan. They don't exist. That is going to save you potentially thousands of dollars on your new home purchase. Get rid of those closing costs. Plus, he says 12 days close. Work with Stewart's American Mortgage and get the process started right now. You can call him or you can text him. Mention Annie Frey when you do and get the process started today. 314-324-4440. That's 314-324-4440. You can Google the bagel loan, NMLS number 226715.
Is your portfolio positioned for the biggest risks facing investors today? Hi, I'm Bob Stockdale, Senior Vice President Investments with the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel and host of On the Money Saturday mornings at 11 on 97.1 FM Talk. We have experienced tremendous economic changes in the last year. Today, historically low interest rates and spiking inflation present new risks and opportunities for investors. If you haven't made changes to your investments in the last year, it's time for a portfolio review. With 100 years of combined experience, our team can help you prepare for the risks relevant to today's investors. Contact the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel to request a free portfolio review at clearpathinvesting.com or call us at 636-695-2650. That's clearpathinvesting.com or 636-695-2650. Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member NYSE and SIPC.
Attention. Per the current government mandate, U.S.-based insurers are now required to cover at-home COVID testing kits with no out-of-pocket fees to you. If you have a current insurance plan, you are eligible to receive up to 8 COVID-19 tests shipped to you each month absolutely free, as long as the government mandate is in effect. Just visit testkitforfree.com to register now from the comfort of your own home. That's testkitforfree.com to receive your tests shipped to you at no cost. Go to testkitforfree.com today. Paid for by T. Euro Health.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Updating your home with James Hardie siding has never been more popular. With all of the options available, you need a partner to maximize your investment. The rising prices on vinyl siding has made Hardie siding a great alternative. Siding Express is ready to refresh the appearance of your home or totally transform the look by installing Hardie Shake, board and batten, lap siding, or a stone accent to make it your dream home again. Siding Express is an elite preferred James Hardie contractor. Need ideas? Go to sidingexpress.com and schedule a free, no-obligation consultation today.
To have a roof over your head, a nice roof over your head, is very important.
That's Rick talking about his experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago, and they're very cooperative on getting us the right paint. They were in and out and done in no time. Once it was finished, looked great. We were very happy with it.
The main reason Rick called Rhino Shield is because it's backed by a 25-year transferable warranty.
We've watched a lot of people get their house painted 3 or 4 times, and we haven't had to do any of it. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to have to paint it every 5-7 years.
Take a tip from Rick and put down the paintbrush and call Rhino Shield for your free evaluation. 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO. Or visit 877-25rhino.com.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago. Financially makes sense, especially if it's going to last like this did. Still looks great.
Call now. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com.
Don't paint, don't Rhino. Go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Here's one thing you can do to beautify your property and help prevent stormwater pollution. Create a rain garden. Rain gardens help reduce polluted stormwater from entering waterways, which can hurt both water quality and the wildlife that inhabit them, and prevent water overflows. Excessive runoff can erode banks and increase flooding. Visit msdprojectclear.org to find out more about rain gardens and your flood risk. Know your zone. This One Thing message brought to you by MSD Project Clear. What's your one thing?
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
971talk.com.
For details and a list of all station contest rules, visit www.971talk.com/rules. This is the Annie Frey Show. The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Better beat the drum and hold the phone. The sun came out today. We're born again. There's new grass on the field. Around the third.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Happy to be with you this beautiful Friday afternoon in St. Louis. We want to make sure that you get in your votes on the YouTube live chat poll. Which is best? Bagels. Brad and Hannah think bagels. Ryan and I say donuts. And we need you to come onto the Annie Frey YouTube channel. Subscribe while you're there. Hit the notification bell while you're there. But let us know what you think. And if you want to drop a comment, Hannah will read some of those as we go through the last segment of the show. But until then, let's do some good news here.
The Diamond in the Rough, brought to you by The Diamond Shop, thediamondshop.net.
All right, today's Diamond in the Rough is about a 7-year-old boy in Indiana who donated his entire piggy bank to help those in need who suffered Hurricane Ian damage. Proud mom Jacqueline DeAndrea posted a video of her son Dominic to social media and wrote, "My 7-year-old Dominic learned what is happening in Florida and immediately ran outside with his piggy bank. He said, 'Mommy, people will need this more than me. I want to help them. My heart is so happy to call this young man my son,' is what his mother, Jacqueline DeAndrea, posted. Jacqueline said it all started on the way to school one morning. Dominic asked a lot of questions, why I was so upset and what a hurricane was. I kind of knew where his little mind was going when we got back home," she told Fox News. Jacqueline never expected the video of her son to go viral. She says, "I literally posted that video to social media just as a proud mom, not ever anticipating for it to take off the way that it did." Her son's act of kindness inspired Jacqueline to load up an entire U-Haul truck with supplies and drive it to Fort Myers. So I thought that was really sweet and uplifting.
Very cool. Yes. But Ryan's going to go get his piggy bank.
I was just thinking, there's probably so many of those stories especially when there's a natural disaster, that it's weird how just one random one like that will pop up. But there are so many people, especially kids, who do that kind of stuff when they hear about bad things going on in the world. Kids have a gentle heart, man.
Yeah,
they do.
They're super empathetic too. They see something and they're like, "Oh, that's bad," and they can put themselves in that position, like, "Oh man, I feel really bad for this. What if they lost their Tonka toy truck and they don't have one? Maybe I can give them mine."
Yeah, that probably also means they have a good, solid home foundation.
Yeah. On the flip side, they have no bills. Therefore,
Ryan's kids bring the piggy bank up, and he's like, "How about your share of the rising electric bill? I'll take that, thank you." Yeah.
Are we ready for Ask Me Anything?
Sure.
If you have anything to ask me, just go ahead.
I want the truth.
Say it.
Thank you for your honesty.
You can't handle the truth. And the truth shall set you free.
All right, the first question is for Wiggins. Carlo asked, "Any tips now that I'm 40?
Yeah, man. Live it up. You are in your absolute prime.
Last time you were talking about this, you were talking about being in your mating prime.
Yeah, I still am.
Oh, that was a conversation.
Yeah, this is shorthand, Carlo. Just so you know what we're talking about here. You know what I mean. You are in your prime. So go to.
Doesn't the deterioration start a little bit earlier than that?
No, it doesn't. It's the deterioration starts. Well, it depends on who you are. I'm speaking personally. The deterioration for me is expected to start at about 60, 65. So right now, absolute physical prime. Carlo, I would assume from meeting you, we're about the same. So enjoy. I would say enjoy the next 15 to 20 years because we are right where it peaks.
Okay. Next question is for me. Jeff from YouTube asks, with the age difference in the room, do you ever feel out of place? I mean this in all respect.
That's a great question.
I do not feel out of place, and I never have in this show. I feel like every single one of the crew members really respects me, and, we admire the age gap, and I feel like I learned from you guys. You learned.
Brad just walked out of the room.
Yeah, so I'm like, you guys all respect me.
He's like, I can't.
Walks out while I'm leaving.
Would you say that I admire the age gap the most, though?
I don't know.
You see it from the furthest distance.
Yeah, I was kind of putting that on T there for you, but it's fine.
But no, I always feel like the crew's really respected me and has never looked down on me from like for being young or being a Gen Z, nothing like that. I've never felt out of place, which is really good, I think.
I would say, and I'm interested in what Brian thinks about this.
Yeah, we'll confer and get back to you.
You need to take a moment.
Well, we don't know what the question is yet.
Well, you just might want one. I don't look at Hannah. When we have a conversation and it occurs to me that she graduated high school in 2020, every time I'm like, wow. It doesn't, Hannah does not present herself in a way that feels like there's a 20-year age difference. And I think it's actually the weirdest thing about me, for me in this, is that I can work with somebody so competent and capable who has a college degree, and they could be 20 years older or 20 years younger than me. But that's more of a me thing. Like, I don't really know that that's possible yet, but here we are.
Hannah presents as AARP. Am I right?
Yes. Yeah, she usually comes in wearing a shawl over her shoulders and a little babushka on her head.
Yeah, like old-timey old, not new-timey old.
No, working like it's like I don't think of Hannah as like super young or anything like that. She's my coworker. She's my partner out here. We're, and whenever, like Annie was saying, whenever she's so competent in her job, it makes it really easy to forget how young you actually are. But there is a part of me that still views you as kind of like a little sister.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
But
then.
my little sister has 4 kids, so I still treat you like an adult.
Ryan?
I would say that I think of Hannah as younger and treat her as such, yes.
Well, they asked.
All right. Jennifer Harris asked, will you be doing YouTube or Facebook Live election night coverage?
Yes. I haven't thought about that yet, but we will certainly be. I don't know what the game plan is here specifically. There's a possibility. Nobody's required me to be anywhere yet, but I have been asked to potentially be in a couple of different places that evening, and I haven't decided on what I might be doing, but there will definitely be coverage that you'll get to watch and participate with us. Another great reason to subscribe to the Annie Frey YouTube channel. Plus, Halloween is coming up. Last year's Halloween show was a pretty tall deal.
What was it? I don't remember it now.
It was definitely.
Yes, it was great.
She really put her neck on the line too when she did this.
For the show.
Did you put your face in a guillotine? What did we do?
Ryan, you're not even close to the right spot on this one.
Were you the 7-Up dot?
What?
I'm trying to use his hints.
They're all really good hints too.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fine print.
Print. She was a giraffe.
Yeah.
That's right.
Which word really gave it away for you?
Neck and spots.
It was a giraffe.
All right. Next question comes from our friend Balls on the YouTube chat. He asked, if you could snap your fingers and get any autograph from anyone you want on anything, who would you pick?
Probably Jesus.
Jesus, would you sign my get out of jail free card?
Can you imagine meeting Jesus and being like, can I have your autograph?
Oh my gosh. That would be amazing.
How does he sign it?
I don't know.
I imagine he signs
Hebraic.
it. I imagine he signs it like Ariel signs the contract with Ursula with the fish glowing pen, and it's just like, and then it just says Jesus. Glowing. The sparks.
Oh man. Do they have to be living?
I don't know.
Who in here loves to get autographs? Who cares about autographs?
I don't really.
I used to, but the cool thing about autographs is that you got to meet the person. So I would
not all. You can own autographs. You didn't
I know.
Get.
That to me is what
more
makes
about
an
getting a
autograph
picture
cool.
with them than I did their autograph.
Nowadays, yeah.
I don't have, unless it's a historical figure.
Mm-hmm.
I can't in my mind be like thinking about a celebrity or an athlete or a musician and being like, they touched this paper. Like that doesn't really make sense.
I think it'd be cool to have something signed by Abraham Lincoln, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a document that he had that he signed it. Not necessarily like the Gettysburg Address or something like that, but
my husband has a deed to a farm or something that he inherited through his family in this area, and it has William Tecumseh Sherman's signature on it.
See, now that's cool.
I mean, that's a piece of history.
Yep.
But I mean, you don't look at something like that. A lot of people do. look at it as a monetary value, but the autograph to me is a sign that you were with somebody, and it's a moment and a memory, and the autograph is proof that happened, which is why I, like you, Hannah, would just rather have a photo. I'm not going to sell an autograph. I don't know.
To answer the question for real, though, Barry Sanders.
Really?
Huge fan of Barry Sanders.
Who is that?
I'm just, of all the people you could think.
Like one of the best running backs in history.
So you're not being serious?
Not really, though.
You said Abraham Lincoln, Hannah.
I don't really know. I can't answer the question. I don't know.
I think it would be cool to have an autograph, something by Donald Trump. I think that would be amazing.
Did he sign the hat that your dad caught at the rally?
No. No. Yeah, when Trump was here and we went to that rally, he just tossing out hats and my dad caught one. So he does have that hat. And I mean, that's just, if it had his autograph on it, that would make that hat cooler, but the experience is still awesome regardless of it.
That's still really, really great.
Do you have more questions? Let's take a break. If people do have more questions and you want to get them in, go to the Annie Frey YouTube channel and drop your question in the comments, and we'll see if we get to a couple more here when we return. And on the Annie Frey YouTube channel, which is best, bagels or donuts? Plus, a couple news stories that are hitting today. But that Kanye West interview on Tucker Carlson, did you see that interview? Whoo! It's must see, and part 2 is tonight. Stick around. More Annie Frey Show here in just a minute.
This is the Annie Frey Show. Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie.
It's a brown-eyed handsome man.
The Mark Reardon Show.
Dan O'Donnell, WISN in Milwaukee. I can't help but think this is going to be a big Republican year, primarily because of the crime issue.
Well, I think so, too.
Weekdays from 3 to 6 on 97.1 FM Talk.
The first thing you're going to have to learn is that until you stop expecting our politicians or anyone else to change your life isn't going to change. The only person who can change your life is you, but you need to know how.
Want to learn how? Meet Bill Wamsley's Lifestyles Unlimited team and get your map to retirement in 5 years or less. Saturday and Sunday, November 5th and 6th in St. Louis. Go to GiveMeTotalFreedom.com. That's GiveMeTotalFreedom.com. Limited seating, unlimited potential. Register now at GiveMeTotalFreedom.com.
You've listened to 97.1 FM Talk. You've heard of Doug Voss of Voss Financial and Safe Money Radio, as he has been a staple as the financial expert on the station for many years. You can hear him on Safe Money Radio several times a weekend right here on 97.1 FM Talk. And you can talk to Doug Voss directly. Here's his number. Call Doug at 844-676-SAFE. That is 844-676-7233. Doug Voss is a registered representative. Securities offered through D.H. Hill Securities, LLP. Member FINRA and SIPC.
10-year-old George Haruza and his parents, with only what they could carry in a suitcase, made a daring escape from behind the Iron Curtain of communism. George Haruza and his family risked their lives fleeing communist oppression to secure the freedom and promise of America. George Haruza quickly learned English, studied hard, and worked harder. Overcoming every hurdle in his way, George Haruza is now a world-renowned surgeon, educator, and physician leader.
So I do believe in a limited government. Governments should provide for the people who are really in need, encourage everybody else to rise up to their potential, and then mostly get out of the way.
Now, George Haruza wants to bring his record of getting good things done to the state Senate, and George Haruza understands the mission. George Haruza for State Senate, a record of getting good things done. Paid for by Haruza for Missouri.
Tony La Russa here. Has your loss of energy and weight gain thrown you a curveball in your relationship? If so, go see my friends over at Victory Men's Health. Discreet, first-class professionals will help you hit those curves out of the park. VictoryMen'sHealth.com. That's VictoryMen'sHealth.com.
CertaPro painters have powers far beyond those of ordinary painters. For example, they have the power of reliability, the power of doing it right, and the power of fresh color. And this is a great time to spruce up the interior of your home with a fresh coat of paint, and CertaPro can help. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. For your home or business, CertaPro can knock out a great painting project for you. CertaPro painters, the power of pro. Schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. CertaPro Painters, proven and trusted experts in painting.
Come to the Enchanted Attic. Come to the Enchanted Attic. I dare you to come to the Enchanted Attic, where we take Halloween very seriously. It's Diane. I'm back with books on ghosts. Learn how to see a ghost, how to talk to a ghost, how to channel a ghost, how to hunt a ghost, or where to find a real haunted house. There could be one near you, so you might want to get some of our protection oil. It's been flying off the shelves. Or try some scary music. You're listening to Mannheim Steamrollers Halloween CD, and you thought they only did Christmas music. Come to the Enchanted Attic. Gaze into a crystal ball, select a tarot deck, or how about a crystal wand? You won't find this stuff at the mall. Now there's a spooky place. And of course, our jewelry's irresistible. Come to the Enchanted Attic in historic St. Charles, 308 South Main Street. Or if you're brave enough, call 636-949-9502. I dare you.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studio. Air Comfort Service is proud to support Greater St. Louis Honor Flight. Sign your veteran up for their honor flight today at gslhonorflight.org, and for heating services, visit aircomfortservice.com.
If it's bumper to bumper or smooth sailing, Sue Thomas has you covered with dependable traffic. Driven by Ambassador Midwest Floor Company, the best way to deal with in-home traffic. Experience more at Ambassador Midwest Floor. The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. There's some trouble brewing in late night comedy. Aside from the fact that it's not funny, late night comedy flounders in ratings as Colbert, Kimmel, others openly root for Democrats and shred Republicans. A Fox News report here. The concept of late night comedian remaining apolitical or jabbing both sides of the aisle is from a bygone era, as now it is routine for hosts to use their opening monologue to relentlessly bash Trump and Republicans at large. I mean, when you compare what Gutfeld does and is doing so successfully in nighttime television, it is very funny, but it is incredibly issues-based. It's still absolutely a news foundation show, but they do it in a way that is flippant, that is fun and funny for the right audience. There is still a wide open lane for somebody to just come in and entertain at night. And for Jimmy Kimmel, or not Jimmy Kimmel so much, but Jimmy Fallon, I think Jimmy Fallon's probably the one who can pull it off. He'll drop, I think he's probably, and he's not listed here in this group, but he's probably the most safe of all of them. And I've heard him make funny jokes about Joe Biden, but it's just, I wonder if the lack of interest and the ratings decline in late night TV has as much to do with how politicized they've made it. But also, I just don't think America is that interested in celebrity anymore.
I don't either. There's a triple whammy happening here, that the audience of traditional TV, not streaming, but TV is aging. It's getting older. Well, older people are usually a little bit more conservative too. So not only are they splitting the audience up between like 4 or 5 different shows doing the exact same thing, and Gutfeld's doing something different, but you have an aging population that's watching TV who tends to be a little bit more conservative. So they're just pushing these people away. It's a dumb business decision. They're pushing these people away as hard and fast as they can, all simultaneously.
With Trump out of office, Colbert's liberal audience has shrunk to a 2.1 million viewer average in 2022, shedding 27% of his peak audience and losing his title as King of Late Night in recent months to Fox News. Greg Gutfeld, whose show has edged out the CBS rival with a 2.2 to 2.4 million viewers as of late. And that's on cable.
That's growing.
Yes.
His audience is growing. Yeah, that's impressive.
I do wonder that. I mean, you don't, the content of Gutfeld's show is not what movie is coming out.
No.
You don't have the lead celebrity from a latest movie release or an album release or something like a new show on TV. Those aren't the people that are going on Gutfeld. But what if they were?
I thought the same
wouldn't
thing.
they?
I thought the same thing. They're going into this. Gutfeld is in a sense, with one arm tied behind their back because they don't have access to all of those big names that would draw more people.
I don't know that it is one arm tied behind their back because I personally do not care what Harry Styles says about anything. And I don't know if Harry Styles is doing anything right now or not doing anything right now. There are very few people in the celebrity world that I'm going, gosh, I really want to hear what they have to say about what they do all day. That's not of interest to me. And I think that the news merging into news and entertainment, making news coverage entertaining, which it absolutely has developed into in the last probably 7 years, that I don't think that Gutfeld needs those people. I think those people need Gutfeld.
I do too. And what's going to happen is if they don't take advantage of that opportunity, it's amazing how much politics plays into this because that is the number one show right now. Traditionally, you'd have John Wick 4 coming out and Keanu Reeves would go, well, where's the biggest audience? I'm going to go there to promote John Wick 4. And they won't do it. So
Brad, you watched the show. If Keanu Reeves came on there and there was and they were talking about crime in New York City and Keanu Reeves, like, isn't there a way Keanu Reeves comes onto that set and can say crime is bad?
Yeah.
And not have to say anything political?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that if a celebrity would come on to that show, they might find out that things aren't as crazy about right-leaning people as they thought they were. I think that celebrity could come on there and they could have a good discussion. It wouldn't be a fight. It wouldn't be, a dunk fest. And they could have an awesome discussion about whatever the issues are. And it absolutely opens up the door for somebody like a Keanu Reeves to come in and say, yeah, I live in New York. Crime is bad. People don't usually mess with me because I'm, John Wick. But
for real though.
Yeah. They don't know. I just look at them but it gives them that opportunity to again have fun, but talk about real serious issues in a way that doesn't make you.
But celebrities today, they don't want to be attached to political issues. Celebrities don't want to be out there speaking their mind on which politicians they support, which politician you shouldn't support. They don't want to be attached to healthcare decisions that you might make. No, wait, they do that all the time. That's all they do now.
I was going to say, wait, okay.
Why do they go on the other shows?
Yes, that's all they do. So go on Gutfeld and make your point. Keep your point where it is. Go on Gutfeld and take a stand on it. It's obvious that doing that would create a divisive response in an audience to that celebrity. But stick with me here. They're doing it already. And the only way it becomes divisive and a bad idea is if it possibly doesn't align with the approved, blessed narrative.
I wonder if I don't know. I'm genuinely asking. I wonder if Gutfeld, let's say Chris Evans is promoting a new Captain America or whatever, if he agreed to go on Gutfeld and said, look, but I just want to leave politics aside for 3 minutes. Would Gutfeld do that? I don't know the answer to that because it is a very politically driven show.
You don't get to be Chris Evans and then go tell Gutfeld how to run Gutfeld.
Right.
But you do get to say, I'm Chris Evans and I'm promoting Lightyear and I'd like to promote it on your show. I think you have a valuable audience. Can we work something out here? And then Gutfeld says, yeah, let's make that happen. Here are the subjects that we're going to talk about. Give you the time to prep for it. They all have time to prep for it.
Sure.
You don't have Chris Evans on to promote a film and to be a part because people are going to watch Gutfeld that haven't normally watched Gutfeld if Chris Evans goes on there. It benefits everybody if Chris Evans is able to handle his business. I get why I'm not so Pollyannish about it that I don't understand why he wouldn't go on Gutfeld. That's where all the viewers are because he doesn't want to tick anybody off. The point here is that they are ticking people off all the time. It's just ticking off conservatives, which is what is considered okay right now. Well, guess what? Conservatives are watching a different show and they're not watching the trash and you're promoting the same people all the time. You get a conservative show that goes or a movie or a product that becomes successful. People buy it.
Yep.
And if that's what you're doing is selling tickets or selling widgets or services, maybe consider the fact that we got some money too to spend. Throw some attention our way.
Absolutely.
Let's take a quick break. X's and O's when we come back.
Honey, it's time to leave for the game. Are you still in the basement? We're going to be late.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm trying to clean up the water from last night's rain.
These cracks in the basement walls aren't getting any better.
I told you to call Midwest Basement Tech. They fixed our neighbor's basement and it's been dry ever since. And Midwest Basement Tech even guarantees it.
Don't miss another second of your favorite game because of basement or crawl space problems. Call Midwest Basement Tech at 1-800-848-9805 or visit us on the web at midwestbasementtech.com for money-saving coupons. You don't have to live with leaks, cracks, and mold in your basement. We work year-round and our estimates are free. Does your home's foundation have bowed or cracked walls? This could be a sign of foundation failure. Call now for a free expert analysis of your home's foundation problems. Serving both sides of the river, call us at 800-848-9805 for your local service tech or on the web at midwestbasementtech.com.
Website's myslim180.com. If you're looking to lose weight, get healthy, I want you to give them a try. I love what they do and how they do it. They have multiple programs. I have done multiple of their programs, and I prefer some over the others, but that's more of the mentality that I have when it's time to go to lose the weight. So I've done that multiple times after I had babies. Once I got to about that 6 months after the baby was born and I knew it was time to drop the weight, Slim 180 is always the answer for me. I want you to reach out to their website and do some research for yourself, of course, but then sign up for a free consultation and go talk to them. Talk to the counselors at Slim 180 and explain to them, this is how I got to where I am, or maybe I've always been overweight and I just want to make a change and get healthy. And then they'll talk to you about how to implement their programs into your life to achieve those goals. Reach out to any of their 6 locations, all of the details of their programs, the locations, their hours online at myslim180.com.
We're all on this planet together, so join Odyssey and find your one thing. As autumn temperatures get cooler, here are some simple things you can do to help out the environment. Remove any window air conditioners. Check windows and door seals for proper insulation to keep heat in and cold air out. And check your furnace, making sure it's clean, and replace the air filter with a new one to keep it running at peak efficiency all winter long. Join Odyssey, and together, each of us doing one thing makes a greener tomorrow. What's your one thing?
Mark Cox here. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, call Thomas Helbig with the Retirement Advisory Group at 314-993-9494. He'll show you how to participate in the market gains without ever losing a penny. Thomas is the official financial advisor of the Mark Cox Morning Show.
Tune into the Del Walmsley Radio Show. Del, self-made millionaire and founder of Lifestyles Unlimited, will show you how to live the life of your dreams and pay for it with passive income.
Listen to the Del Walmsley Radio Show this Saturday afternoon from 1 to 2 p.m. on 97.1 FM Talk.
KFTK FM Florissant.
Driven by the Bommarito Automotive Group.
97.1 FM Talk.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Air Comfort Service, heating and cooling. Weather.
Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Temperatures in the 50s to near 60 this afternoon, almost 20 degrees cooler than yesterday. Sunny, breezy. Just kind of a sweater weather afternoon, even with the sunshine. Tonight, clear skies. Evening temperatures in the 50s, some frost away from the city towards morning, 36. The weekend, Saturday, sunny and cool, 62, and Sunday, sunny and 70. This is 97.1 FM Talk, Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Economic agenda at a Volvo plant in Maryland. Right now, the Dow's down 651. The White House tapping the brakes on the president's warning last night about the potential for Armageddon, saying President Putin isn't joking with his nuclear threats.
He was reinforcing what we have been saying, which is how seriously we take these threats about nuclear weapons.
White House spokeswoman Karine Jean-Pierre telling reporters today there's no indication Russia is preparing to use nuclear weapons. Ukraine's president tells the BBC Russian officials are preparing their society for the possible use of nukes, but he denies urging strikes on Russia, instead calling for preventive sanctions, not attacks. President Biden is trying to assure European nations the U.S. isn't spying on them.
An executive order signed by President Biden promises to strengthen checks against data collection abuses and create a forum for European allies to make legal challenges as part of a years-long battle with the European Union over how tech companies store data in the U.S. The order builds on an earlier agreement with the EU Commissioner and narrows the scope of intelligence gathering to validated intelligence priorities. It also creates an independent court to review complaints.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. The agreement goes now to the 27-member EU for review. The entire school police force in Uvalde, Texas, is now suspended. The district's reaction to the recent hiring of an officer still under investigation over the response to a mass shooting in May. America is listening to Fox News.
Miss, missed you this morning. Kim told me you weren't feeling well, so I'm just doing a self-care check.
Oh, thank you, friend.
How you doing?
Girl, listen, my energy was so low because I didn't eat breakfast when I got up, so I had to miss virtual yoga with y'all.
Trust me, I understand.
But I'm doing much better now that I've eaten, so I'm back on track.
Great. In that case, let's get some steps in tonight. I'll come over and we can walk around the lake.
Sounds good. Appreciate you being in my business, too. Now, let me get in yours. Did you check your blood pressure today?
I did that and my squats, okay?
Okay.
High blood pressure is not going to be my friend if I can help it. See you at 6?
Let's get it. See you then.
Now more than ever, it's important that we protect our hearts and the hearts of those we love. Check in on one another and be a part of a healthy blood pressure movement. Rally your squad to take the online pledge at releasethepressure.org. Brought to you by the Release the Pressure Coalition and the Ad Council.
Mining for truth in a landscape of BS.
One year, the first test came back with scores in an upside-down bell curve. The students either wrote a nearly perfect exam or missed almost everything. There were very few in the middle.
Mark Reardon.
I asked students each to write an anonymous paragraph about how they had studied for the test. Some of the students who had done poorly said things like, "That's a lot of work."
Your home for conservative talk.
This is what's happening in academia around the country.
97.1 FM Talk.
This is a great time of the year to upgrade the energy efficiency in your home with my friends at Window World. Mark Cox here to tell you more about my experience with Window World. They replaced a couple of windows at my house. They were just panes of glass. We wanted to be able to get some airflow into the master bathroom. They came out, they gave us a free estimate, and then had the windows at seams installed in no time. Very professional, lifetime warranty I get, and you get an extra double strength glass on their replacement windows that's not common. So you're getting a great price, simply the best for less. They do front entry doors, rear entry doors if you're looking to replace that back door or sliding glass door in your home. They've got a great selection at Window World. They're also right now offering 18 months, same as cash financing, of course, with approved credit. The preferred window of the St. Louis Blues, 314-993-1800. windowworld.com.
Are you tired of feeling sick and tired? I'm Dr. Nick Barnes of Health from Within Family Chiropractic. Our simple 5-step approach aligns your health naturally. We correct spinal abnormalities to maximize nerve supply, focus on pure and simple nutrition, exercise and oxygen, mindset, and minimizing toxins in your body. Transform your health today with Health from Within, conveniently located on Manchester in Rock Hill, or online at healthfromwithinstl.com.
You had a solid retirement dream, sell your home in a few years, bank the equity, downsize, and travel. But inflation and recession has you wondering if all your hard-earned equity will still be there. What if you could recession-proof your equity right now? You can with Truehold. Truehold will buy your home for its best current value before a recession can erode it. You get to bank all the cash now and live in your home for as long as you want, and Truehold covers all property taxes, insurance, repairs, and maintenance. And since Truehold pays your home's current value in cash now, it's yours to do whatever you like. Don't wait for inflation, recession, and interest rates to erode your home's value. Visit Truehold.com and discover how much Truehold will buy your home for today based on its best current value, not what's coming. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without having to move. That's Truehold.com.
Would you like a cleaning product that can be used in the garage, the laundry, and the kitchen, and save space in your cabinet? Hi, I'm Bruce Fabrizio, inventor of Simple Green. To learn more, visit us at simplegreen.com.
This month's Zero Res special. The more you clean, the more you save. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at $129 or 5 rooms starting at $199. A 43% savings. Take $75 off any air duct cleaning package. Call 314-474-2020 or go to ZeroResSTL.com.
If you use a smart speaker, you can listen to 97.1 easier than ever. Just tell it to play 97.1 FM Talk. Or download the Odyssey app for your phone and stream the station whenever, wherever.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
They got someone here knows what they're talking about.
Left up, left right, gotta love this American ride.
Like, you need to take some time to get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid, keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Yeah, it surprises me every time that this is in fact the Annie Frey Show at 2:08 on a Friday, and that thing happens. We appreciate you being here with us today. A reminder, you can watch us on the Annie Frey YouTube channel. We are broadcasting live. We've got some special guests in here, and you can vote in the YouTube poll, which is best, bagels or donuts. We'll have the recap, the official scientific report at 2:45. I got to check it first to make sure that we're still going to cover it. Make sure that poll goes the right way. Isn't that how polls are anyway? Honestly, for real. Are you ready? Are you good to go?
I'm good to go. Just passing notes like it's old, like we're in 7th
I was
grade.
going to say, things are happening over there, and sometimes that means I'm supposed to just keep talking about
That
things.
does mean just keep going.
Well, we have guests in our studio, our friends back in here with us. Jennifer Cordy, who is running for Illinois State Representative 112 to beat Katie Stewart. She is in here to play X's and O's. Jennifer, welcome back. We're glad you're here.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
And also Erica Harris, who's running for the state Senate seat 50, 6th district. Both of these women, should they win their races, would replace Democrats that are currently in their offices. And I will personally invite the Democrats to come on the show and play X's and O's before the election happens. That would be awesome. Your opponents are welcome if you talk to them. You tell them. Come on the Annie Frey Show and play X's and O's and talk about things.
When that happens, the questions become, why aren't people doing anything about the border? Just to let you know, if you're a Democrat and you're listening.
And then, we can answer it, and then we'll find out if they agree or disagree
Exactly.
with us.
That's exactly right.
This is brilliance. I'm all about this. All right, let's get to it. Get the drums fired up here. And Ryan, I'm handing it over to you.
All right.
I don't know if these women have any idea what they're in store for you.
No, they certainly do not. Yeah,
We do
so
not.
You're facing off against Democrats, but today you're facing off against each other. Blood sport time. Here we go. All right. So we're gonna go with since we usually let the lady go first. We got 2 ladies, so I'm gonna say X's go first and just go to Jennifer Cordy, who will be first. You have a wide open tic-tac-toe board. They are numbered 1 through 9, as you can see right behind you. You will pick any one of those squares to start. Which square would you like to start with?
I think I'm going to go with number 9.
Number 9.
Bottom right.
All right, number 9. That's a great one to start with, by the way. Great. There's corresponding questions, and I'm telling you, that is a good one to start with. Who is your celebrity among these 3 people in front of you that you would like to answer this question for you?
I'm going to say Hannah.
Okay.
Hannah. All right, here we go. Now we're starting with some sound. So I'm going to go ahead and say that you have stumbled into sound. But this one is very, very unique. I'm going to play a piece of audio, excuse me, from a CBS Chicago report. Here you go. Listen closely.
Which Berg says would allow unions to demand things outside of the traditional wages and benefits, like affordable housing. He claims that would basically give labor unions carte blanche to ask for whatever they want.
The powers that are given in this are so broad that nobody even knows really the full extent of what the effects this will be.
Okay, that audio is referring to a particular amendment in Illinois. Hannah, what amendment is it?
Amendment 1.
That was very confident. Jennifer Cordy.
That is correct.
Well, okay, fine. We'll just go with that. You guys are completely correct.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hannah, the lone Missouri resident in the room.
it.
Knows Amendment 1.
Yeah, I was a little surprised, actually. I thought if you get one of the Illinoisans, they're going to know it. I don't know about Hannah. Good job. All right, so that means that X gets the square. Jennifer Cordy is on the board.
Woohoo! We just talked to Illinois policy about Amendment 1.
Yes.
You
but
didn't know that, did you?
Yes, I did know that. Obviously. Look at my eyes.
Are you buying it?
I'm not buying it at all.
No.
I know all.
For the record, this is my opportunity to say, vote hell no on Amendment 1.
Yes. There you go.
Anybody
All
want to agree or disagree?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and agree. although it's not mine to agree with. Yes, it is. I'm voting.
Yes, it is.
I was going to say, does he know he's in Illinois?
No.
I don't know where I am most of the time.
You literally just looked up for him his address to find out that you could be his rep. So
This is not supposed to be said.
this is real.
This is real.
Real news.
Well, in my defense, they always draw me right on the line because they just want to make me look like an idiot.
Yep, it's always
That's
them.
what they're doing.
It's them.
It's
Maybe they're
always
afraid you're
them.
going to run and they're trying to keep you
Maybe.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That'll
why
be
they
a
draw
cold
those
day.
lines.
All right, here we go. It is now Erica Harris's turn. She is O's, and you have one X on the board. Which square would you like to go with, Erica?
I'm going to go with number 4, please.
Number 4. Wow.
Center left.
Okay, well, you have also stumbled into sound. This one actually comes with a sound
Who's she
bed.
picking?
Oh, yeah, we have to pick the person that you're answering with. Who's your celebrity?
I'm going to go with Brad first. I really like his shirt today.
Yeah, you should tune in. Brad,
This is a live stream moment.
what was the band that Crisscross? Did they wear their clothes?
Crisscross.
Yeah,
Wear their
Backwards
clothes?
pants.
Yeah. Okay.
They made you jump,
Man.
Jump.
and they made you jump. All right, here you go, Hannah. We're going to bring up a bed here. All right, the question.
Helicopter.
All right, not your turn.
Oh, sorry.
The question is, Roger Waters of the band Pink Floyd had a show canceled in Poland over his stance on the Russia-Ukraine war. Which country is Roger Waters of Pink Floyd supporting, or at least appearing to support, from his comments that got him canceled in Poland?
I'm
So
glad
he
I
was
don't have this question.
Canceled in Poland.
That's right.
I'm gonna let you know. I'm figuring this out as we go. So I'm gonna use context clues here. He's
Okay.
canceled in Poland,
This is
and he was
intense.
canceled. So Poland and Russia don't get along. So he appeared to support Russia because I'm assuming he called for some sort of peace because of that.
You are making a lot of inferences. You sound very logical.
This sounds like the intro to The Sopranos.
No. No, but you're right. It kind of does. Erica, it's not. It's Pink Floyd.
Who are you? Who?
So Russia.
You're saying Russia.
Okay.
I have
so-
no idea the answer to this.
Erica, is he correct or incorrect?
I'm going to say Brad is correct. I liked his logic.
You both are correct. In
Yay!
fact. Good job. Good job. Very good.
Way to
Very
work it
well
out.
worked out, both of you, for finding that answer. So, okay. That means that you are on the board as well, Erica, with the O's.
He's waiting for him to wake up this morning and got himself a gun, but that didn't happen.
All right. Here we go. Now with Jennifer Cordy. Which square would you like to go with?
I'm going to go with 5.
5, right in the center.
middle.
Right in the center. All right. Who are you choosing here?
Annie.
All right.
Annie, once
Center
again,
square.
you both have stumbled into sound. This time, though, it is the sound AI. This is a quote from the last week or so.
Mm-hmm.
It is a real quote from a real person, but I have run it through artificial intelligence. I'm going to play you the AI version. You have to tell me who said this.
We saved the planet. We're saving the planet with record $360 billion to save the planet, generating jobs and cleaner air and cleaner water and jobs.
Let me just read that back real quick just to be clear.
It's more just artificial. I don't know that there's much intelligence.
Good point. We saved the planet. We're saving the planet with record $360 billion to save the planet, generating jobs and cleaner air and cleaner water and jobs. That's the real quote. Who said that?
Oh, gosh. I'm not 100% sure, but I am going to say Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris is always a good guess.
Yeah.
But is it Kamala Harris is the question.
I hope I got that right.
You know, isn't she the one that they always say, like, talk soup or something?
Yes.
I think.
Word salad.
I don't know.
talk
Could
soup.
be
Yes.
word salad. Could be Pelosi. But I'm going to actually say that
Salad
you're
soup?
probably right with
Okay.
Kamala.
Doggone it. That is a good guess, but here's who said it.
Save the planet. We're saving the planet with.
You were
record
right.
$360
Pelosi.
billion
Oh, man. I'm
to
sorry.
Save the planet.
That's right.
Generating jobs and cleaner air and
I
cleaner
like the other
water
version
and
better.
All right, so there you go. That means that Circle gets that square.
And jobs.
And jobs and cleaner water. They saved the planet. They saved the planet. They saved the planet. Right in the center there.
Oh, man.
All
so
right.
we've got a circle in the center left and a circle in the center square.
Oh no.
We're
Erica.
gonna have to go with number 6.
Okay. All right.
For the first tic-tac-toe.
Number 6. And who is going to answer this question for you?
Annie, let's go with you.
Man, let's
All
do
right.
this.
No
Hope I'm
pressure.
better than the last time.
Annie, the James Webb Telescope gave us some great new images of a planet that came closer to Earth than it had in over 50 years. It won't be this close again until 2129.
Ooh.
First of all, did anybody see it? 'Cause
No.
You can see it. It just looks like a star, bright star. But does anybody know what that planet is that you can see still right now?
Jupiter, I think, is what I think I saw an AccuWeather notification about us. Man, this is not fun.
Ooh. Jupiter, are you
I'm gonna
sure
No.
that you're not trying to get more Jupiter?
That is a dirty word. And your children know that.
They're gonna hear that on the radio, like, Dad.
Dad.
Yeah, I'll hear that about that.
I'm gonna say Jupiter.
Okay, Jupiter. Erica,
I'm gonna go with yes.
you are both correct. In fact, it is Jupiter, which means that you've got the first tic-tac-toe of the game right there. So you're going to be tough to beat now. However, we don't stop at just one. We keep playing. So, Jennifer, which square would you like to go with to try to get your own tic-tac-toe?
I'm going to try to be strategic here. Let's go number 7.
Number
Ooh.
7. All right.
Bottom left.
All right. This one also has some sound included in it, but I'm not going to play stumbled into sound because it's part of the question here. Okay, here we go. It's all.
Wait.
Oh, wait. Who's answering this question for us?
Brad.
Brad.
I'm answering.
Okay,
Come on, Brad.
All right. It's all his fault. I'm going to play some audio for you here about how much money you're spending to fight HIV. It's from President Joe Biden. Here you go.
By the way, it's all his fault that we're spending $6 billion in taxpayer money this month to help fight HIV/AIDS.
All right. Who is the president referring to? Whose fault is it?
So whose fault? Who caused the AIDS?
Who caused them to spend that money? He's got his arm around him in the clip.
It was Elton John.
Elton John's a very good guess. Jennifer,
Yes.
is it Elton John?
There's some confidence in this.
You know, this is so difficult because we've been campaigning, so I
I
have
pay no
idea.
attention.
Yeah.
I'm on the show and I have no
I have
idea.
no
Paying
idea.
attention
Listen,
to real
It
issues.
is not a guess. That's who it is.
Okay. He's so confident. Let's go with it.
Well, here's the sound to determine whether if it's positive, then you'll hear something positive come out here. Okay, all right. He's right.
He knew.
Yeah, he knew right away. All right, Brad, good guess.
All right. It looks like there is a tic-tac-toe pending for X's now in the bottom row. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we will wrap up X's and O's with our two special guests today. We've got Jennifer Cordy, who's running for the 112th district, the State House district right across the river. If you don't know who your state rep is, you have a few minutes right here to look it up, and it doesn't matter if Jennifer Cordy is running for your district. You can still support her, jennifercordy.com.
Yes.
That jennifercordy.com is the
Yes.
website. And we have Erica Harrison here, who is running for the State Senate District 56, also right across the river, Madison County. We're talking to you. Go check it out over the break. And when we come back, we'll find out which one of these lovely ladies wins this Friday edition of X's and O's. Don't go away.
Text Red Cross to 90999 to give $10 to American Red Cross Disaster Relief, which helps people affected by disasters such as Hurricane Ian. Message and data rates may apply, or go to 971talk.com for additional ways you can help.
So Jen Teskey, the destination for buying and selling homes on the Illinois side of the river, I want you to connect with her by calling her or texting her at 618-541-1010. And the reason why I recommend Jen Teskey of RE/MAX Alliance is because the breadth of information and knowledge that she has on making sure that you're getting top dollar for your home when you sell, or if you're looking to buy a home, that you're going to find the home that you have dreamt about, that's going to suit your needs, your family needs. She knows how to get the job done, and she has an incredible staff behind her to make sure that that process is done the right way, in the smoothest way, and in the most fun way. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to see Jen Teskey tonight. She's a part of RE/MAX Alliance, and there's the Night of Rock Stars that I'm going to be hosting this evening. And it's just another way that RE/MAX Alliance as a whole is giving back to the area that they work so diligently in. So please consider, if you're looking to buy a home, if you're looking to sell a home on the Illinois side of the river, reaching out to my friend Jen Teskey to get the job done right for you. 618-541-1010. That's 618-541-1010.
What's up, everybody? Guess who's hosting a new podcast? No Mercy with Stephen A. Smith. Listen as I pull back the curtain on everything beyond the world of sports, interviewing influential guests, outspoken celebrities, and thought leaders across the political, financial, and social spectrum. You know me. I'll give you my unbiased opinion. A No Mercy episode drops every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. No Mercy with Stephen A. Smith, a presentation of Cadence 13 and Odyssey Studio, available on the Odyssey app or wherever you listen to your podcast.
And, you know, the heat doesn't matter. The rain doesn't matter. When it gets cold in a few months, the snow and sleet won't matter to the outside of my house because I have Rhino Shield. You've heard me say that before, but I'm just telling you, 15 years ago, before I was on this radio station, that's a long time ago, I signed up for Rhino Shield. Darren came over. He showed me this great product. I'm like, why would I worry about painting every couple of years when I could do this? And I did it. And I'm just as happy today as I was the day that I made that decision all those years ago. And I've still got 10 years left on a 25-year warranty. Think about that. How many products can you buy where you get that kind of guarantee? Call Darren and let him come over and give you a free estimate. If you're thinking about painting, stop. Put Rhino Shield on instead. 877-25-RHINO is the phone number. Still plenty of time to get scheduled for this summer, or go online to find out more at 877-25rhino.com.
Stop everything you're doing right now and ask yourself, are you currently receiving steady paychecks? What about when you're retired? Will you receive a monthly check to cover your expenses and also have some fun? Marvin Mitchell and the team at Compass Retirement Solutions calls this mailbox money. It's a monthly check you'll receive throughout retirement. They don't want you to worry about if the money will show up or how much money you'll receive. The only thing they want you to think about is how to spend it when it arrives. Find out how to get enough money in your mailbox every month when you're retired. Call Marvin Mitchell and the Compass Retirement Solutions team at 314-373-1598 to start working on a plan that can help you create the monthly income you'll need in retirement. Call 314-373-1598 right now and schedule a visit with Compass Retirement Solutions. 314-373-1598. Firm offers insurance services, investments, and services offered through Compass Retirement Group, a registered investment advisory in Missouri and Illinois.
I'm Brian Westbrook with Coalition Life. Over the past decade, Coalition Life has served thousands of women in crisis pregnancies, helping to save the lives of the children that they carry. Help us build a better community while also reducing or completely eliminating your Missouri taxes with a 70% tax credit. A $1,000 donation today to help these women could cost you as little as $141 out of pocket. Learn more at coalitionlife.com, coalitionlife.com. Thank you.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Girl, please excuse me if I'm coming too strong. But tonight is a night.
Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. We're happy to spend this Friday afternoon with you here. And a reminder, you can vote on the YouTube live chat poll, which is best bagels or donuts, with official word coming in here in about 20 minutes when Hannah gives us the results of your thoughts on the Annie Frey YouTube live chat poll. But now it's Friday afternoon, and we have special guests in studio with us for another episode of X's and O's. Jennifer Cordy, who is working her tail off to win the Illinois 112th State House District. It's right across the river, folks. Many of you in Illinois who are listening could have better representation in the state house. We could flip a blue seat red. by voting for Jennifer Cordy, and you need to get behind her and support her now with your words, your actions, and $1 or $2 if you have it to spare, as well as Erica Harris, who is running in the state Senate 56th district, another blue seat that in the state Senate we could flip red. You ladies are working so hard, and I know that you're doing that each and every day, and we're very happy to have you guys in here. So to resume the game, Ryan.
All right, it is Erica. Do you want me to call you by what your sign says? Because I'll call you Cordy and Erica.
No.
Okay.
Call him Jennifer and Erica.
I'm always interested to see why you choose either your last name or your first name on the signs. But so Erica Harris is up, and board is yours.
Could you spell my last name?
I'm closing my eyes right now. Harriss.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
It's on the board behind you.
Yes, it is. It's written right there.
But you were closing your eyes, and I believed you.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. That's your first mistake, is believing me.
Yep.
So which square would you like to go with here?
Well, Jennifer thinks that I should pick number 2.
Yes.
And while I really like to give grace, I'm kind of in this to win it.
You should be.
So we're going to have to go with number 8.
Number 8. All right. And who would you like to answer that question?
I will go with Hannah.
Okay.
Hannah, here we go. Both President Trump and President Biden had Senate control for the first 2 years of their term. Trump had all 4, actually. We're waiting to see what Biden will have after November 8th. But one president had 83 judges confirmed at this point in their presidency, while the other had 69. Who had more judges confirmed at this point in their presidency? Biden or Trump? It's 50-50, so.
Yep.
There was so many numbers.
Yeah,
I understood part 1 of 8 of that question.
Okay. I'll boil it down for you.
Okay.
At this point in their presidency, who had more judges confirmed? Biden or Trump?
Trump?
Is that your guess or answer? You locking that in?
It might be both.
Explain.
Her guess and her answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think it can be Trump and Biden. Okay. All right. Are you going to agree or disagree, Erica?
Her lack of confidence makes me a little nervous, but I'm going with it.
You're going to go with it. And you just gave Jennifer Cordy the square because you're both incorrect. That means that you both got a tic-tac-toe.
Right.
Amazingly.
This is real friendly.
Exactly. So yeah, Biden actually has more judges confirmed at this point in his presidency. So that means that the Senate is very, very important coming November 8th. All right. Jennifer Cordy, back to you. You got the whole top row wide open.
I am going with number 2.
Top middle.
Number 2, who are you going to have answer that question?
Each of us have one up, one left, right? Yeah,
Yes.
you can pick anybody.
Brad.
All right, I'm in.
All right, Brad. The always amicable Mitch McConnell recently referred to one of his Senate colleagues as, quote, the most effective first-term senator I've ever seen, unquote. She responded by saying, quote, if you don't fit in today's Washington, they want to kick you out. But I've never really wanted to fit in, unquote. Who is it that Mitch McConnell has been lavishing with praise in the Senate?
She
in first term.
And if you don't fit in today's Washington, they want to kick you out. But I've never really wanted to fit in, she said.
Man, I don't know this one.
Drums are beating.
This is bad. I know. More drums. I'm going to kick myself when I hear it.
I'll give you a little hint. If I were to
just kick
open
Ryan instead.
If I were to open a theater, I would call it this.
That doesn't help at all, Ryan. Thank you.
That's who I would have guessed.
So let's do this. Susan Collins.
Susan Collins. Okay. My theater is called Susan Collins.
That doesn't sound like a very good theater. So I'm going to say that is probably not the correct answer.
Cinema!
Jennifer Cordy, you are correct.
She's
My
first
theater
term.
is called Kirsten Cinema.
Huh?
First term, huh?
Yeah.
I was thinking she was in there for longer, but
That's right. All right. X gets the square. Erica Harris.
You know we're all fact
We're going with number 1.
Please feel free.
Number 1, top left.
Top left. Who's answering your question here? This is a tight game.
I'm going with you again, Annie.
Okay. Annie.
For the block.
After 21 years, one team, according to Yahoo, ended the longest postseason drought in North American Major League
Seattle
sports
Mariners.
history. All right, and we're going to go ahead.
That's a good guess, Annie.
Yeah, that's a really good guess. A little
Seattle
bit of
Mariners.
confidence.
What's the rest of the
The rest of
question?
the question is, by making the playoffs this week, what team was it? And she's pretty confident.
I hope I'm right. I could be wrong. I'm like 98% sure it's the Mariners.
Seattle Mariners. Erica, agree or disagree?
I agree with her.
I think you chose correctly, that you both are correct. It is the Seattle Mariners.
Ask me baseball questions.
That's right. She's got it.
Do
All
not
right.
ask me baseball
Ooh, we're
questions.
gonna have a tie.
There were more statistics in your judge question, Hannah, than my baseball question.
All right. We have one square left, and it is tied.
Tied. 1 tic-tac-toe for O's, 1 tic-tac-toe for X's, 4 X's on the board, 4 O's on the board. This is the closest game we've had.
This is for the whole thing,
It's
for
also
all the marbles.
really a pretty board because there's like some symmetry to it.
Mhm.
I like
I
that.
almost hate to finish this up because there's such nice symmetry to it.
Mhm.
So we won't, and we
And we're
will see you on
done.
the other side of this break. All right. Which square are you going to pick there, Jennifer?
Let me think. Number 3.
Number 3. All right. And who's got to answer this? Is it, you said Brad?
Let's
no,
do
it's Hannah.
It's Hannah?
The only one you can pick.
Yeah.
Boy.
Okay, Hannah, you both have stumbled into sound. So what we've got here is a real quote from the last couple of weeks. Now, he's been in the news a lot the last couple of weeks, but this quote is kind of snuck through. So what I did was I ran this through AI. I'm going to play it for you, Hannah. You have to tell me who said this.
I'm this country boy. You know I'm not that smart. And he's a preacher. He's a smart man, wearing these nice suits, so he's gonna show up and embarrass me at the debate.
Hannah.
Darren Bailey?
Darren Bailey. Okay. She's saying that was Darren Bailey that said, I'm this country boy. You know I'm not that smart. And he's a preacher. He's a smart man wearing these nice suits.
Yeah. He would never call J.B. Pritzker smart.
I did.
Or preacher.
All I
preacher.
heard was farmer.
Darren Bailey is a farmer. J.B. Pritzker is
not
a preacher.
No.
Wearing
bad
these nice
guess.
suits. So he's going to show up and embarrass
Bad
me at the
guess.
debate.
Bad guess.
Incorrect.
Incorrect.
That's a good
is
answer.
Correct. You are right. Here's who actually said that this week.
This country boy, you know, I'm not that smart. And he's that preacher. He's a smart man, wear these nice suits. So he's going to show up and embarrass me at the debate.
Herschel Walker.
That is Herschel Walker.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, he's been in the news a lot last couple of weeks. So that means, wow, Jennifer Cordy right at the last minute has won X's and
Wow.
O's.
You guys couldn't have planned this to be more cordial.
Let's
than
go
this.
ahead.
Yeah.
This is good. Yes. Put the X on it.
There you
Jennifer
go.
Cordy does seem to like winning. And if you would like to help her win, jennifercordy.com. Let's get rid of the drums for a second. Before we let you two ladies go, I just want to give you an opportunity to talk real quick why you're running for what you are running for. So Jennifer Cordy, you're the winner. So we'll let you go first. For the 112th district in the state house, currently held by Democrat Katie Stewart. And, you know, I've said my piece on her a million times. There'll be more time later for that. Why choose Jennifer Cordy in the 112th?
So I'm not motivated by money or power. I just need some things to change in Illinois. This is my home and I absolutely love Illinois and I don't want to move. And with the taxes, the inflation, and then now the Safety Act, it's getting harder and harder to live here. We have businesses that are having a hard time growing here, staying here. We just had another business that left Illinois, and I just want to stay here. I want to be able to be with our family in Highland and our friends in Edwardsville and Maryville, and I have no desire to move. So that's why I'm running.
You feel like you can win?
I'm going to win, yes.
Fantastic. How do people support you, Jennifer, in the last 32 days that we have before this election takes place? If someone's listening right now and they think, I need to do more than just vote, what do they do?
Well, the one thing that they can do, my opponent has endless money. She has a whole bunch of union money. They can donate to my campaign at jennifercordy.com. The other thing is they can like and share any posts that I put on Facebook. Yard signs are another big way that they can show support. Just really spreading the word organically is super helpful.
Fantastic. jennifercordy.com is the website. And our runner-up, but tied for first in our hearts here on the Annie Frey Show, Erica Harris, who is running for the Illinois State Senate 56th District, currently represented by a Democrat. You would flip that to red. Erica, why are you moving from your time spent on county board, your time spent in this area, to say, no, I want to take it to the state Senate and make a difference there?
Sure, Annie. So as we've talked about before, a few years ago, I never would have imagined I would do anything political. I was complaining about property taxes in our area and how money was being spent and didn't feel like it was maybe being used as wise as it could be. So I ran for county board at that time. I am proud to say that I helped lower the tax bill for the county. So there are very few candidates that are able to say that they've actually helped lower your property taxes. Hoping to take those same principles and bring them to Springfield. I am a wife, a mom, a small business owner, and a volunteer in my community. So just excited to help out in Springfield.
Yeah, I can say as a resident of Madison County that I've seen both of these women before they were working in politics give back to their communities and care and fight for the things that matter to them. And they're really the things that matter to me and to everybody else in Illinois who's looking right now at their state going, this is a disaster. We have to do something different. Erica for Illinois.com to support Erica, to learn more about Erica. And if you already know all of this about these women, then you need to tell somebody else about it. If you are a committed vote, you need to find somebody who hasn't committed to vote or may not like the way things are going right now and offer an explanation as to why we could make a change and know that Illinois doesn't have to be the way it is right now. JenniferCordy.com, Erica for Illinois.com. Ladies, thank you. This was really fun.
Thank
you guys
you.
did a great job. We appreciate you. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll answer the really important question, bagels or donuts, with your votes on the Annie Frey YouTube live chat poll. You got to get there now and get your vote cast. And Hannah will give us those results in just a minute. Don't go away.
Girl, please excuse me if I'm coming too strong. But tonight is the night we can really
Find a podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie. The Mark Reardon Show.
Dan O'Donnell, WISN in Milwaukee. I can't help but think this is going to be a big Republican year, primarily because of the crime issue.
Well, I think so, too.
Weekdays from 3 to 6 on 97.1 FM Talk.
Mark Cox here. Give Grill Master Tony a call for all your corporate lunches and catering. He does box lunches, which includes the meat, a couple of sides, a chocolate chip cookie, and even a drink. You can choose from brisket, which is delicious, by the way, hickory smoked prime rib, or turkey French dip, even pulled chicken. Grill Master Tony's Catering. You've got to check this out. He'll deliver it and set it up for you as well. Order online today at grillmastertony.com.
Hi, it's Scott and Andrea at Best Buy Flooring.
Wow, that's hot.
What happened?
Our summer deals are on fire.
Oh, you mean the carpet, vinyl plank, vinyl tile, ceramic, sheet vinyl, carpet tile, and hardwood all in stock?
Yes, 2 locations, 7301 North Lindbergh in Hazelwood, Missouri, and 1851 West US Highway 50 in O'Fallon, Illinois. Open 7 days a week.
Best flooring, best selection, Best Buy, Best Buy Flooring.
The Med Spa at the Institute of Natural Health understands how difficult it is to maintain healthy skin and how much this can affect someone's life. With the right combination of treatments and products, they can help you keep your skin looking healthy and more youthful, while also reducing and preventing damage. Take your first step towards healthy skin at the Med Spa at the Institute of Natural Health. Visit them at inhstl.com or call to schedule at 314-293-8123. That's 314-293-8123.
Clement Auto Group is hosting another trunk or treat for the kiddos.
We're inviting all the listeners to bring their kids, the dogs, and trunk or treat with us on Saturday, October 22nd from 1 to 4 p.m.
Music, game, prizes, and most of all,
lots of candy for your kids.
Come out Saturday, October 22nd to Clement Pre-Owned in Florissant.
Updating your home with James Hardie Siding has never been more popular. With all the options available, you need a partner to ensure you maximize your investment. Siding Express is ready to refresh the appearance of your home or totally transform the look by installing Hardie Shake, Board and Batten, lap siding, or a stone accent to make it your dream home again. Siding Express is an elite preferred James Hardie contractor. They also carry Anderson and Marvin windows and doors. Need ideas? Go to sidingexpress.com and schedule a free no-obligation consultation today. sidingexpress.com.
We are all on this planet together, so join Odyssey and find your one thing. After Halloween this year, don't throw out your jack-o'-lantern. Use it to start composting instead. Pumpkins and other gourds are perfect additions to any compost pile. Also, you can add container soil and roots from potted plants that have withered away. And if you have a garden, be sure to add garden waste from cleaning and pruning, like stems, roots, and leaves. Join Odyssey. And together, each of us doing one thing makes a greener tomorrow. What's your one thing?
So Air Comfort Service this is a number that is important to have in your phone right now, because I understand that every time I talk to you about Air Comfort Service, you're now like, oh, I have a major furnace issue that I need to attend to. But the truth is that you might develop one here in the next few weeks when you've started to run your furnace a little bit more, or into the winter if it gets particularly cold. And you want to make sure that you have the number to call right away that is going to give you the service that you can rely on, that you can count on, and that you can trust. This is the number I would like you to put in your phone right now. 314-513-0091. 314-513-0091. First and foremost, the people who run Air Comfort Service, Corey and the entire staff there, are wonderful, amazing people. I know them personally. They have worked with my home for a new furnace, a new air conditioner, a new water heater, and they've also done the AeroSeal duct sealing on my home. I trust them to come out and to give me the truth of what service I do need, what I don't need, and then options as to how to solve whichever problem I'm facing. You can trust them as well. 314-513-0091, aircomfortservice.com.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studios. Air Comfort Service is celebrating 53 years of residential and commercial service, maintenance, and installation of heating and cooling systems. Get in your comfort zone. Visit aircomfortservice.com.
Up to the minute traffic reports, so you don't have to keep looking at your phone. Dependable traffic on 97.1 FM Talk. Driven by Ambassador Midwest Floor Company, the best way to deal with in-home traffic. Experience more at Ambassador Midwest Floor. This is the Annie Frey Show.
I'm gonna
Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie.
They're gonna rip it off, taking their time right behind my back. And I'm talking to myself at night because I can't forget. Back and forth.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. It's a Friday afternoon. We're very glad that you're spending some of your afternoon with us. And folks, we are approaching 200 votes on the Bagels versus Donuts poll on the Annie Frey YouTube channel. Let's push that over 200 votes while we wrap up the show with a little Annie, are you okay? And then Hannah will get us the results. Trisha's in here. Let's do
And
Annie,
now
okay?
it's time to play Is Annie Okay With This?
Welcome back, Trisha.
Hey, thanks for having me. Happy Friday, everybody.
Yeah, happy Friday.
All right. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, a.k.a., says his White House bid is off the table.
I know.
What
Dang.
are we going to do now? Right.
I guess I'll vote for John Cena.
So Dwayne The Rock Johnson is no longer cooking up a White House bid. He says running for president is off the table.
because it's like smell what The Rock is cooking.
Oh, that's very clever.
I can't see John Cena winning either.
I know this thing, but I don't know what it means.
Can't see me.
That's what that means.
Invisible?
He says, can't see
Where'd
me.
Brad go?
Where's our Brad? Where's our little Brad? There he
Brad
is.
or John Cena over there. Can't hardly tell.
So back in 2017, The Rock had floated a potential presidential campaign and said it was a real possibility and had not ruled out a political bid as recently as last year. Now he says he's taking it off the table. He's prioritizing being a father. Annie, are you okay with The Rock not running for president?
Yep.
Okay.
That one's easy.
Look, let's for a second here just go into this thought experiment. Would you rather The Rock be the president right now or Joe Biden?
The Rock.
Yeah.
Crickets.
I can't imagine it being worse.
I think it's the same.
Is it though?
Yes.
The Rock is not openly, aggressively progressive, and he certainly isn't manipulatable. So I feel like the presentation would look like maybe the free world is at least being protected.
The perception would be there, but I think the same people that are running the show now would be running it under his administration.
He does have the people's eyebrow.
This is true.
So
can you imagine if Vladimir Putin threatens America and he does the eyebrow
He just
thing?
did the eyebrow?
And Putin goes, never mind.
whoa,
Yeah,
never
we're
mind. Sorry about that.
It's like I can smell what he's cooking.
All the way from over
And
here.
I'm gonna pass.
I'm good, thank you.
No, I'd rather have The Rock be the president. I think Joe Biden is a horrible president. I think he is. I think it's not because he's a Democrat. It's not because he is, old or whatever. I think he is damaging the United States of America, and I don't think that The Rock would do the same.
Yeah, aside from the fact that this is political and we talk about these things all the time, objectively, I really do think he might be maybe the worst president we've ever had.
I agree.
Oh yeah, easily.
And I feel like I'd rather vote for a Republican than The Rock.
Yes.
But if those were the two choices, like think about that. It's not out of the realm of possibility that could be an option in the future. The Rock and somebody like Joe Biden. Why would you not vote for The Rock? I mean, that's honestly why I voted for Donald Trump in 2016, because he was not Hillary Clinton. And I was happy to vote for him again in 2020. Will vote for again in 2024 if he's the nominee. Joe Biden is terrible. He's damaging the country.
Why would The Rock run? He is box office gold. He can be in anything he wants. Why would you mess that up right now?
Because he wants a new challenge. I don't know.
Maybe he thinks that he can do a good job and he cares. The other part of that is what's next.
But he's not running, so clearly he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Thinks he'll do a terrible job. And it was kind of quiet.
Nailed it. Right. With Halloween right around the corner, many are considering a haunted Belleville walking tour. You guys
what?
Familiar with haunted walking tours in the area?
No.
Sounds like an Alton thing. This is a Belleville thing?
This is a Belleville thing. So you can attend an hour-long tour run by St. Clair County Historical Society to get your heart rate up from fear as much as exercise while digging deep into the old Belleville
This is a
Historic
cheeky way to get
District's
people to exercise.
spine-tingling past. Full
Then we're
disclosure.
going to spook them and they'll jog a little bit. Full disclosure.
I'm behind the building.
That's how you spook people in Ladue.
Excuse me. I'm right here now. Here I am. Run away. I'm looking down on you from a high rise, though.
You sound like
I'm up here.
Stewie from Family Guy.
Anyway.
All right. So I'm actually doing one of these tours. They're super hard to get into. And apparently Belleville is like really haunted. So Annie, are you okay with haunted tours? You believe in that whole walking around haunted houses?
No,
and
I don't like that
spooking?
stuff. I don't believe in ghosts, but I absolutely believe in supernatural things and spiritual things. And as somebody who identifies myself as a Christian, to discount the possibility that evil actually exists would be to negate the purpose of Jesus Christ in the first place. So yes, I believe evil exists. Yes, I believe it is among us, just like I do believe that there are angels among us. And I'm not messing with that stuff. So no,
leave it there.
Yeah, I know it's other people's thing. I don't watch those kind of movies. Those like supernatural movies scare me more than any other kind. So I just don't. I'm a huge Coco fan, though.
Coco's amazing.
It's, I think, the best movie Disney's ever made.
Beautiful.
Yes.
The music, the
Yes.
imagery, the
The
story.
story, yeah.
100%.
Remember me. Then I cry. Yeah, for sure. Have you seen Coco yet?
Nope.
Gosh.
Oh, it's so good.
Why is it related? I didn't even know what it's about. Why is it related to this?
Dia de los
Oh, okay.
Muertos, and it's all about how a young boy inadvertently stumbles into the other side. I was really interested in it the first time I saw it because I didn't know anything about Dia de los Muertos. How do you say that?
You got it.
Sound like Cisse Poidway from Joe Biden. Sorry. I'm not trying to win votes, though. I don't think I'm winning any, so that's good. But it's just about how a boy stumbles into the other side, the land of the dead, and has to get back to where, but he kind of learns more about his family and stuff. And it's all about family.
I think I might be too afraid to watch that. It sounds scary. I'm too
I
afraid
almost
to
said I'll
pull.
watch it with you, but that wouldn't be sincere. So
I'm not doing that.
Brad will watch it with you.
Annie, I'm about to watch a movie. What should I watch? Are you coming over?
Yeah, I'll be right there.
She won't.
Honey, Annie's coming over to watch a movie with me.
Highly, I'm in
Coco,
all
it's
sincerity,
fine.
I highly, especially in October of all times, watch. If you've never seen Coco, I say this every year, and you people always come back and say, "I watched Coco. It was great." Seriously, give it a try. You'll love it. No to the question though.
Okay. No haunted tours. Target and Amazon are beginning their holiday sales now.
Super.
Which holiday?
Christmas, actually. Yeah, Target and Amazon are both kicking off huge holiday sales before we even get to Halloween. Target is doing a Deal Days event yesterday through tomorrow, and Amazon is starting theirs October 10th through 11th. Annie, are you okay with holidays deals starting this early?
100%. And I'll give you a reason why that maybe people who are curmudgeon-y about seeing Christmas stuff too soon, people are going to have to budget for this Christmas more than they've had to budget for a lot of Christmases and going before. And if you're looking to buy some decorations for your house, or if you're looking to buy gifts for people, you probably are thinking, I either need to pare back or I need to spread this out a little bit more. So in my opinion, because of the situation we're in and because The Rock is not the president.
If The Rock were president, we'd do Christmas in December.
Yeah.
But with
things would be
Biden,
so
we got to
great.
start now.
Yeah. I mean, I've been going for a while.
Yeah, I started it. When did you start, actually?
The day before you.
I started December 26th. You
my
started
son's-
on Christmas?
That's my son's birthday. So naturally, December 25th.
Oh, man.
We like
see?
to keep this 26th.
So you start shopping
sacred.
while people are opening presents.
Yeah. Be ahead of the game.
Of course.
No, it doesn't bother me at all. There are so many things in life right now that you see and that frustrates you, that if you see Christmas things right now and it physically causes anger, think about why that made you angry. It's probably not really the Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
Like you should be able to walk past it and go, that's not for me right now, and not have a visceral angry reaction.
If you get angry in your gut at seeing Christmas decorations, I would recommend you just punch yourself as hard as you can in the gut.
I would recommend counseling.
Either or.
That was.
I would recommend Coco. It's a fantastic film.
I love the milk after Cocoa Puffs.
Same
thing, right?
You have one more. We got to do poll results.
Let's do poll results. My last one's pythons in a man's pants. It's not.
Sweet.
It's not really.
Is that like made for TV type of stuff, or
no.
pythons in a man's
Pay-per-view.
pants?
Home video.
Okay. Everybody is gonna not hear that story and Google that. Feel like I didn't hear that story. So you do that, pythons in a man pants, and then you report back to us what you found out. Let's get to the poll results today.
So the question today.
Google python in a man's
Why is this in
pants,
your search history,
Ryan
honey?
Wiggins.
Oh, wait. I should have let you finish.
Python in a man's pants, Ryan Wiggins, rumor.
I'm actually looking this up right now.
You should publish an article about this so that people can Google it, and let's get it trending. Poll results. Sorry.
It's typing away. All right. YouTube poll today. Very important question. This has been a 2-day long debate. Which is best, bagels or donuts? I've been watching the results all day, and let me tell you, they've been pretty stagnant. 71% of the people said donuts.
Obviously.
29% of the people voted bagels. I don't know what's wrong with you people.
Congressman Mike Bost at the St. Clair County Republican event that I was the master of last night.
Master of ceremony.
Master, yeah. Ryan's going to be the mistress next time.
Ooh, love that. Fitting.
Yeah, professional mistress. We're going to see how that goes.
Form fitting is the dress that I'm
Pythons
going to
in
be
his
wearing.
pants.
Congressman
professional
Bost
mistress,
said that people who prefer bagels are liberals.
It's
Hey,
unbelievable.
that is not true.
Not fair.
And then he actually started his speaking giving us like the history of donuts, which he knew very well, and it has to do with the Salvation Army and Doughboys.
That's incredible.
Google that after Python in a man's pants.
All right. I have just a few
Ryan
comments
Wiggins,
I want to
rumor.
read. Jeff from
I did
YouTube
Google
says, if you think about it, a bagel is just a fried donut. So you have to thank the bagel for that.
Yeah, I didn't
Mic
even think
drop.
about that. Now that I thought about it.
Officer Gary says, I hate to play into the stereotype, but I prefer donuts over bagels.
Hey, bravo, Officer Gary.
for your service.
That just means you're a sensible policeman.
Brandon says you can either vote donuts or you can vote incorrectly.
Yes, Brandon. Yes.
Did you call all
Joe
your
says,
donut friends?
Yeah, I paid all these people.
I'm just Joe
But
from
they're all giving me
YouTube
donuts.
says I'm discouraged to even see this be a poll question. This is 97.1 Talk. This is America. We all love God here. How is this a poll question? Donuts all day.
Wow.
Yeah, I read that and I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy's taking this too serious. Oh, I get it.
It was big of you to bring in boss. He brought in God.
Yeah, but I
That's
mean,
right.
God and donuts.
It's American and apple pie and donuts now.
Was the
Baseball.
Python in a man's pants Googleable recommended?
Number one search result says anywhere but Eve's office.
No.
Not sure what that means. Number 4.
Is that a bar?
I don't know. And then the other one says speak softly and carry a big fish. I think it's just kind of weird results is what we're
those
finding.
could mean a lot of things. Thank you for listening to us, and do not go away because the Mark Rude Show is coming up next.
The football season is building up, and so are your carpets, floors, and even air ducts with all that dirt and dander. So it's time to call Zero Res and beat the holiday rush and save. Appointments are booking up fast. Be sure to call My Carpet Heroes at Zero Res. And before you turn on your furnace too much this winter,